well met. Welcome to episode 28 of the Westgate Irregulars campaign, starring the Dungeon Scrawlers. I am Eric Scott DeVee, the DM of this campaign, and all things Westgate aficionado and fanboy. Take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga. I am going to take a quick minute to talk about our sponsors. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. That includes Farida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels novels. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. They right now have a summer event going on where you can get free chess codes for the next week. And if you get them 4 days in a row, you get some extra special prizes. So go check it out. And also, I want to point everybody, they just came out with a new familiar, which is a fuzzy beholder. It is the best thing ever. You should at least go see that.
Awesome.
Again, that's idlechampions.com.
I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy under Rhiannon Held and then space opera under RZ Held. And if you're curious about my books or anybody's books, take a look at the Amazon Blacksmith widget on the Twitch page. It's cool.
Somewhere down there,
somewhere.
pointing probably in the direction that it is.
I know everybody is waiting to find out who won the contest. So entries are cut off, but we will be announcing because there is in fact a tie between people with the most correct number of answers.
Ooh.
And I will physically roll the dice for that after the break. So stick around and you will find out who won immediately after the break.
What a D&D appropriate solution.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Yang Wang. I'm a writer and a filmmaker.
Hi, I'm Emily Ting. I'm a writer and a game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in this stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast.
Hi, I'm Stephen Merlino, author and teacher.
Hi, I'm Randy Henderson. I am majoring in Utopian Cult Leader, but I'm minoring in Dystopian Dictator as my backup because, you know, everyone keeps telling me it's so hard to get a job with a Utopian Cult Leader degree. So,
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of crossover between those two majors. A number of classes fulfill requirements for each.
exactly. Easy second degree.
Yeah. But one makes money.
True.
One makes money, the other does not exist.
No.
Okay, so
Moving on.
last episode was The Haunting of Briar House. The Westgate Irregulars finally found their missing abode, stuck down the gullet of an astral dreadnought. When they found Briar House, it was haunted by some sort of psionic entity that showed them terrible visions of their deepest fears and anxieties and regrets, and it was just terrifying. But they finally found their way through it and discovered that the entity that was guiding everything that they saw in the house was their killed footman at Briar House, who had regrets about what he had left undone in life, but he still has unfinished business. So he hasn't left. He's just remaining in the house as a guardian spirit. Also, there were a few other things. One, they're still in an astral dreadnought and need to find a way home. Two, there's an illusionist, apparently, who pretended to be Charity for a while, although the Westgate Irregulars were not sure which Charity was the real Charity, if either Charity was the real Charity.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to say it was a doppelganger, but it might have been. You never know when the doppelgangers will show up.
Let's
but
not
right
start
now,
the doppelganger paranoia again.
everyone has regrouped. You have rescued everyone. Everyone is dead who was dead when you left them. Everyone is alive who was alive when you left them.
I am ready to start pointing fingers right now and make accusations.
And I believe two of your newest acquaintances have two alternative suggestions for what to do to get your house home. So let's go through that real briefly. There's Scaresair, who is the Gith Yankee Kithrak of the ships that you took a berth on in the Astral Sea. She
Smashed
was
into an astral
grievously wounded
Yeah.
by the astral dreadnought, but managed to, her body came through with you, and Rogar brought her back to life. and she now has one arm, but no other limbs. She projects herself on her telekinesis. She said that she can plane shift. She can plane shift people, but not an entire building. Okay. The
Door
other
number one.
alternative, and it has come about and come out. She's clarified that she can plane shift herself and 8 other people.
Oh,
okay. She can't plane shift like everyone, just herself and 8 other people. The other suggestion, which came from the cat, Cyril, was that you go to this place called the Dreamlands and beseech the Dreamlords to help you out. He thought all of that was very obvious, and he's not sure why you didn't think of it before.
And then
he's been very loose on the details. So,
is he the illusionist trying to lure us into a trap, though? Who knows?
He has said that there was an illusionist who gave very good belly rubs. He said she.
Oh, right.
She gave very good belly rubs. But he said, and then he said, you're probably not going to find this illusionist unless she wants to be found. All right. So that is the situation as it stands. It has been about an hour or 2 from the haunting and the reunion. So everyone is back together. You've cleaned up enough in the house that you feel like you can rest there, and no other paranormal activity seems to have happened thus far. What do you want to do?
How many people do we have total to move? Like, how far under our goal is 8?
All right, Randy, I'm going to need to borrow your hands. So hold your hands up like this.
Okay.
Okay. Lady Kiko. Put 1.
Oh.
Put 1. Okay. Nala. Varys. Charity. 4 children. Mirabelle. And then the Irregulars. So you have scarce air, right? And then the Irregulars. So you have a total of 16 people by my count.
We should do 2
Am I missing anybody?
I'm assuming Bo, it doesn't count. We just like.
Bo is a spiritual entity connected to the house.
Roomba.
And the illusionist, theoretically.
Roomba.
Roomba and Cyril.
Yeah, do we count Cyril?
Yes. Yes.
So 17.
How does this spell handle?
That's a deep cut. Well, Roomba is essentially an animal companion, so he doesn't necessarily count as a whole person. He's like 1/20th of a person.
Don't say that where he can hear you, though. That'll just
See, 1/20th of a person.
So if, Charity, I don't, in my
Okay,
head,
Roomba,
Charity is
it's
a very
okay.
slight young woman. So she holds him. She becomes a less slight young woman for purposes of the magic. Yes?
Yeah, basically.
This still doesn't make 8. So I don't know why I'm doing fractions.
This is not the
Scarcer
math.
says, I will let you do your plan. I stand ready to plane shift you if that's what you determine. I shall lie down on that couch.
Can
And
we
she
do
goes
2?
and lies down on the couch.
Can we do 2 rounds? Like, if there's pretty much exactly 2 rounds of 8.
She says, I can only plane shift once a day. So whoever you do not take with you, you will be leaving in here for at least a day, assuming that I can plane shift back here.
Let's draw straws.
Whoa, yeah.
Do you have a summoning circle here in the house? Teleportation circle?
Wait, what if we stick people in the bag of holding? Oh, really?
Is that
It's like-
allowed? Are they going to die?
plane shift.
I mean, they need air. I mean, I think that's part of the thing.
Well, how long does a plane shift take? Like the whole process.
So Scarcer looks over at Caliph and says, well, I really like the way your mind thinks. That is a very excellent use of a bag of holding. Most bags of holding that we encounter are destroyed in the process of things coming to the astral plane. People keep forgetting the rules about extra dimensional locations and spaces. Anyway, it's not important. But the point is, the plane shift only takes me a few moments to
So she's describing how plane shift works, and all of us are kind of glazing over. None of us are good. at this
Wah,
kind of
wah,
thing.
wah, wah is what we hear.
So
Yeah.
Cecilia is going to lean over and be like, "Do we know anybody who could do plane shift? Like, if we just shift over there and then we grab Murin, you think that's a good guess?"
I'm assuming your
If she's
Misty
safe.
Step is out of range.
What?
I'm assuming it's out of range for your Misty Step.
Yeah, just a little.
Sarah explains that if you
there we go.
put someone who needs to breathe in the bag of holding, they will. Sarah explains. Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're paying attention.
Sarah explains that if you put someone who needs to breathe in the bag of holding, that typically they have enough air to last for 10 minutes or so.
How long does it take to plane shift?
If you put more people in the bag of holding, that gets reduced.
I think we-
Kids in there.
How long does the plane
Oh, they
shift
need
take?
less air.
Well, no,
takes,
this is...
9.5 minutes to plane shift. No.
All right.
Yeah,
Plane
so
shift only takes a moment.
Caleb,
No,
this
I
is all
mean-
very well, but like, and this is Artemisia would like sort of like stand up and be like, so we came here to get the house, and I think it's good that like we get people home, so like Scarcer can take, you know, the people who are, you know, the kids and you know, servants, but we should find a way to get the house home. We can't just leave the house here, and so we need to also think of. I mean, that sounds like what Cyril was talking about. We need to do that.
do you have rental insurance?
Not about money. It's about Bo. We can't abandon
Oh.
Bo here.
Is Bo attached to any particular
mean-
part of the house, like perhaps the part where he died?
I do want
Yeah,
to
we
point
could
out
just-
that Artemisia is the only one who has seen Bo.
What
Everyone
are you
else,
talking
like,
about? Thank you for pointing.
Oh,
out. What are you talking about? Bo's dead.
Yeah, his ghost. I guess maybe only I saw him.
Artemisia, you glance over your shoulder, you see Bo standing right there next to you, looking a little concerned.
Do we see that?
No.
Okay.
He's right here.
Listen,
You guys can't see.
I know you feel very protective of all the people who work for you, but I think you might be taking this a little bit too far and too hard.
Scarcer narrows her eyes a little bit. Seems to be concentrating.
He's he is here. Even if you guys can't see him, he is here. And I'm not
Well-
just going to go and leave him here.
She is telling
Okay.
the truth, says
Thank
the
you.
Yankee. At least she believes that it's the truth.
Well, of course she is. What do you think Artemisia's deal is? That she just throws a weird fit in the middle of all of this?
I don't know.
Here's-
I've known you all for about one day.
And half of that you wouldn't even speak the common language to us because you like watching us dance. I know.
That was only the first hour of that day.
It felt like half the day.
Well, it was intended to.
Is Bo tied
love
to
her.
what happened to us in the house? Is I detected some presence in the house when I cast my detect good and evil.
Is that really what he looks like? Scarcer says. Huh.
What do you mean?
Oh, I just went into her head and looked through her eyes, and she can see this ghost.
Okay. That is not appropriate. That is rude.
Do it to you.
Okay, stop. Don't. No. Bad idea. This
so,
is my point. You
I'll
want the house.
stop
I want
trying
the
to
house.
help. She lies
But
back on
once
the couch.
Scaresair leaves, if this Dreamlands thing doesn't pan out, we're stuck here. And as much as I love Cyril, he's very cute and hilarious when
Yep,
he's
I am.
scratching people.
Yum, 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 yum.
He's
Now,
definitely
just-
got a different set of, let's say, skills. So this Dreamlands thing, has anybody here ever heard of Dreamlands?
I'm
Well,
intrigued.
All I know is I
I
did not
am-
much enjoy the recent dreams I had. So
I am
Well-
happy to explore this, but when it doesn't mean that we might end up stuck here forever.
but Bo, she's going to turn to Bo.
You
Bo,
guard the house for us while we leave it here, and then we can get it.
is there a way that we can take a piece of the house so that you can come with us? Because I don't want to leave you here.
Is he talking?
Remember,
I could ask.
Yes. Please do.
Hold on. He closes his eyes and like his body contorts and he leans back and looking up at the ceiling. Artemisia is the only one that sees this. Right?
Artemisia,
He's, like, super
Artemisia,
focused.
Aaron needs you to ask, who are you asking?
He
Because
starts-
holy crap, what?
Starts shaking a little bit, like he's having a
Yeah.
seizure.
We have some kind of like ghost hierarchy in this house. And I really, really want Cecilia to freak out about that, but she doesn't know. She's just going like,
And
Well,
then,
here,
then
Artemisia
he
is going
wakes
to
up.
say, like, he's asking somebody.
And then he wakes up and he shakes his
What?
head and he
Asking
looks real
who?
tired. He says, the Guardian.
What guardian?
Oh,
what guardian?
there's an entity that I don't really understand it, but it is moved in.
What's
Is it paying rent?
Whoa.
That's otherwise.
So the house has some kind of guardian, but did you get an answer, Bo?
Yes, it will do it for a price.
She's going to tell the others.
Okay.
There's some kind of price, but it's okay. I'll pay it.
to do
Wait, whoa, don't say
Yeah.
that. Do not say that.
Ask it
him
the
what it
price
is.
first, then decide.
I
Oh, I think that's the sign to describe things.
Oh.
Until it can
Okay,
talk
so
again.
what are you
Okay.
going to say to Bo? Okay,
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. Stupid internet. Anyway,
it adds spice to this.
apparently it does. So yeah, Bo says yes. The Guardian will allow you to take the house for a price.
Okay, what's the price? How do I do this?
It didn't specify.
no,
What's up?
no signing on the blind link. Check on the blind. No.
does not sound like a good trade.
I think it will ask for something from you later.
Oh no, oh no. How much do you want Bo to come with us?
How much would you care about your firstborn child? I guess that's the question.
Oh.
I mean,
I
it
think we
very
just
well
proved she
might.
does.
Yeah, that's a good question.
So Bo, just to be clear, the Guardian will. There's no way to take you along with us with like a piece of the house. We have to take the house, and that's the price that will be called in later. Is that correct? There's no other way to do it.
Not that I know of.
Well,
I'm tied to the house.
if Cyril has the ability to take us to the Dreamlords, and that is what's required to get the entire house back, then perhaps we can do that.
I still feel like we should
Later?
just do that after we get back to Westgate. Because as much as I am behind bringing the house back, although the sudden infestation of an entity makes me question that urge some.
Yeah.
Like, is that entity going through my stuff?
And I'm not sure we should just like willy-nilly bring something from here back to our world.
Yeah.
But why
Also,
can't
is
we
it
just
Bo or
try-
is it like a doppelganger ghost?
Why can't we just try taking the piece of the house that Bo's attached to without asking permission of the entity?
What's he
Ooh.
attached to?
I am attached to the whole house. It says.
And Artemisia like repeats that.
Okay, so whole house. So
Hmm.
the thing is that our sure thing is Scarcer. We go out and then we see the Dreamlands, or maybe Mirren has figured out how to bring the house back. I'm not going to hold my breath, but especially because she was fighting the Night King when we left, and Super Vampire is not the best enemy to go after. But if we do this from Westgate, we definitely get out of this weird little pocket universe.
Caliph is all for getting out of this weird little pocket universe.
But only,
Yeah,
But then we
only
can come back.
part
Stong
of
would like
us.
to get out.
We have to do 2 rounds.
Well,
'cause
10
it'd be people.
minutes. I'll go in the bag for 10
I-
minutes. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, I also think that maybe she could send half of us back, and then we stay here with her and spend a day or whatever looking for a
that's
solution
true.
to the bow thing, and then be sent afterwards.
Bag of holding.
Yeah,
Caliph.
could be the bag of holding of the second round.
Caliph, do you have that thing that Aiden did once, pretending he's dead so that he didn't have to breathe?
Ooh, that
Oh.
was really gross, but
He did put that
Good
spell in your spell book, Caliph.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it, and I
Whoa.
don't want to do it to the kids.
You could do it to Stong. Stong will vote for, he'll
So who wants the? Yeah. So who wants the?
How many times can you cast it? And how long does it last? And
Well,
how awful is it?
Long enough.
Artemis
enough.
is staying here with the house
It didn't sound
until
like
the
we
second
needed it.
round. Just saying. Bo.
Yeah.
Wait.
You
Does
get,
it
you get some
last
time to search.
longer on kids because they're smaller?
Oh, I mean, I think you should do it to the adults and let the
God.
kids
Don't traumatize the
transported
children this
normally,
way. What is this spell called again?
Feign death.
No, what does feign death cast on a developing child do to them? Like,
Whoa.
Cecilia does not know or care, but Aaron is like, oh my god, here's a whole area of D&D lore I never considered cracking open.
And is it necessary? I thought that the length of time they could be. Oh, because if there's too many of them, they suck up the oxygen too quickly. That was.
But I mean, it's only going to be a few. Scarcer said it's only going to be a few moments.
Yeah.
I feel like as often as this question comes up, how many people can we put in a bag of holding for how long? That it should be like a known quantity throughout, like the prime material plane at least. But-
One person, 10 minutes. Two
Right, but if we
people,
have
5 minutes.
it,
3
it
people,
has
3 minutes.
10
Yeah.
people.
that,
4 people, 2.5 minutes.
that math is probably a lot easier. Let's go though.
5
Okay,
people,
so
2
feign
minutes.
death on the adult
The adults.
and put him in the bag, and we can all get back in one go. Yes
It's a
or
third
no?
level spell.
Yeah, I'm for it.
How many times can you cast it, Taylor?
So we return to the prime material, and a night mask snatches the bag and runs away.
Oh no! Is this the end of the Westgate Irregulars?
Well, to that point, like the whole reason that the house got sent here in the first place is because we have some very powerful enemies back in Westgate. So I didn't know how comfortable I feel sending everybody back without us there to protect them. Just
That is
in
a good
case.
point. We could go
Feign death
first.
can also be cast as a ritual, although you should keep in mind that it only lasts for an hour. So if you spend 10 minutes casting it, like by the time you've cast it the 6th time, the first person is woken up again.
Oh, but you could do it like five people.
If people
So-
wanna jump.
So, Bo,
Pretty
this
close.
guardian, can it send all the people as well as the house?
That's what it says.
Wait, the Guardian is an option? Is the Guardian different than the Dreamlord?
Now we have door number 3.
Or is our house infested by a Dreamlord?
Well, I mean, I don't know if like the
Cyril, who
flask
is
that
licking
says "Are you
himself.
sure" is going to come out, but like Artemisia is getting very, very close to saying just busting out and being like, "I'll pay the price." So like,
Would it be wise for us to agree that one of us will pay the price? And then when we find out what it is, we pick the person who is most capable of doing that. Do you think the entity 1 would take that? And 2, is that actually a good idea? Or did we just actually all get damned? Is this like, good, all of your firstborn children? I mean, joke's on it. I'm not having kids, but
You know, if
Yeah.
you pull Cecilia off to
Ooh.
the side,
what's that?
if Caliph can pull Cecilia off to the side, she'll be
Yes.
like, you know, if you distract Artemisia, I can just feign death.
What?
Oh,
All
man. Let's
problems.
put that in our pockets for plan B because that might be necessary. But I think she's going to be really mad if we do that.
I ain't getting on no plane, Hannibal.
Would you rather her be mad, or would you rather her sign a blank check to whatever this entity is?
So if it is firstborn
See if
child,
we can get
we
Sturge to
could
do it.
get Sturge to take it.
So I guess
All
for
right.
Sturge, the question is different. Like, what's the worst thing it could be?
Oh.
Oh, here's a question. Can Rogar tell if this entity in the house is an evil entity or a good entity? Because that would also shift it. Because if it
Oh,
becomes
because
like,
he was detecting like on the
Yeah.
house, wasn't he?
Correct, he was. He detected one undead creature associated with the house.
presumably that's Bo, right?
Oh.
Hmm.
Hmm. Presumably.
He didn't
can-
sense the entity.
Are you going to cast it again, Randy?
I'll cast it again. Aye.
You detect a very strong sense of an undead creature standing right next to Artemisia.
See,
And that's it. I didn't detect any other presence, good or
No.
evil,
Okay.
aberrations, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend.
Nope.
Okay.
What are the possibilities that Bo, as a ghost, has gone crazy and thinks there's an entity?
What? So can
Okay.
Stong? So Stong wants to talk to Artemisia for a moment,
okay.
and he's gonna say, "I understand you really want to take Bo with us, but is he in actually any sort of peril if we leave the house here and he's with the house? Because we could return in the future or go to Dreamlands in the future and get the house back with him."
But it was so hard to find it in the first place. What if we don't ever find it again?
Could we
What if
leave
he's
a
just
beacon?
stuck here forever?
Is there some way we can like mark the location or leave a beacon, perhaps? Can I roll like Arcana to see if I know how?
Is there some necromantic way that you could trace it back to Bo?
like to
like
do that
locate
too.
Bo? If not,
Bo says, the Guardian says that it can establish a linking circle.
Oh,
That seems very promising.
okay. Yeah. I guess that's okay.
I don't know what that.
So,
Yeah. I mean, what are we linking with? What's being linked? Oh man. Okay, whatever.
people are always trying to add me on LinkedIn, and I just never like, never do it. I keep meaning to, but I just
For that, it only asks that you promise to return.
yes.
That's an
All
easy
right.
one. We were going to do that anyway.
Yes.
Oh,
So
man.
Artemisia is gonna like stand up straight and be like, if you will link this house to us so that we may return, I promise that even if nobody else does, I will return.
Okay. So, Artemisia, you feel a tingling sensation on the back of your hand.
Mhm.
And you look, and there is a red circle with some sort of symbol inside of it, kind of glowing on your hand. And then you look and you see that symbol appears on the common room floor.
Oh, they wrecked your rug.
can we get a Zord just to be?
Yeah, it does seem to be burned into the rug and the floor.
So at least if we're worried.
And the light shines there for a second and then fades, and it just looks like the rug again.
Okay. Well, all right. So that's done. I guess we'll do, whatever you guys wanted then.
Feign death
Okay.
rituals.
Okay, so we have 17 people total. The children all count as
Oh.
one.
Stong can polymorph himself into like a mouse or something and use less air.
Hey, does that work?
Yes. Okay, sure. Yeah.
So you're saying you want to turn into a mouse and be put in an enclosed space with a cat?
Oh,
Cyril like pats at Kayla's leg, and he goes
Oh.
meow meow meow, and it's like he's saying, "Don't ruin this for me."
I was going to say, Bags Girl, you are not allowed to eat anybody who's in a mouse farm.
Yeah.
There are so many mice back in Westgate. And once
Yeah.
again, it sounds like
yeah. I guess I could transform into like a. Do tardigrades exist in this world or something? I don't know.
just turn into a mouse and someone will like put you in their pocket.
You
A
can
clam.
only
Nice. I like it.
polymorph into
Like
a
it.
beast that you have seen.
Okay,
like
mouse it
a-
is.
Cockroach.
Beetle.
Cockroach.
Oh, snake. Then Cyril will stay away from you.
Yeah.
Hey,
okay.
hey. Meow, meow, meow.
Stong is gonna transform into a snake. Let me think about
Ah.
what kind of snake.
Cyril
He's ready.
hides
He's ready.
up on Setsulia's shoulder.
You
It's okay. Song was nice.
know,
So we
Even if
have a
he's a
little.
snake.
He
I mean,
prefers the side that has the more hair because he can kind of like mess with it.
Oh no.
so I mean,
Okay.
Scareset is resting right now. So I mean, it's not like we're doing this right this second, right? So we
Fair
have a
point.
little-
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, just let me know. She taps her the axe on the back of the couch when you want to leave.
Oh, okay.
Well, is there going to be room in the bag of holding for like a few things as well as people because they won't take air?
Well,
so-
when last I checked, all you had in the bag of holding was a really moldy sandwich.
I'm glad you remember.
Is that sandwich that you promised to pick me up?
Yeah, it is.
Forever
And like a
ago?
bunch
It
of
is.
maps
Still there.
and stuff.
And old rations. One
And,
single
uh,
old ration.
One very old ration. You're not
Okay.
really super efficiently using your bag of holding. Let's just say.
All right. Well, Artemisia's
What are we doing super efficiently? Let's be real.
Nothing.
going to go up to her room.
Creating drama. There we go.
There we go. We were very efficient at
Be
drama.
like, whatever you guys, I don't really like this feign death thing, but fine, whatever. And she's going to go up to her room and she's going to start like doing the first cut with packing, which is far too much. And then like culling that and like staring at her keepsakes.
Out of curiosity, do you
choosing.
notice the state of the room since the children did stuff in it? Because
Oh, it
if I
is
recall
messy,
correctly,
yeah.
when we went in there, it was
Someone knocked over your wardrobe.
Well,
Someone
she's not
knocks
going to
at
take
Celia.
any clothes.
you promised.
Clothes are too bulky, so she'll just leave the wardrobe, get her jewelry in her. She's got all her ledgers from Silks at Dawn and like her letters from her family. And
Oh, let's take all the night mask books and maps and things too, and put those in the.
Put those up in your garret.
No. Oh, I guess I thought they were just in the library, the den. So let's
Maybe.
make sure we take those.
Rogar will follow Artemisia up. He wants to.
You kind of trailed off there at the end, Randy.
Oh, sorry. I'll follow. Rogar's going to follow Artemisia up to her room just to check on her. So he'll just kind of like knock gently on the door frame.
Like, come in. She won't even look at him. She's like this thing and that thing, and how much does that weigh, and this bulky and she doesn't seem to notice that it's pretty messy because she's making it a little messy herself. While she's like piling stuff and throwing it on the floor. She's not going to take it. What is what's going on? Is there more stuff that I need to what?
No, I just wanted to check on you. No, I mean, I know how hard it is to leave behind someplace that's been home for you.
Well, people are more important than things. So
Aye, it's true, but just want to make sure that maybe it didn't feel like we sort of all, I don't know, sort of like it was everyone against you, or that you know.
well, I'm not lying about Bo, or I'm
Oh, don't
not
believe you.
deluded about Bo.
Aye, I
He's
think that's clear.
okay. Good. I can't. I mean, I'm not leaving. Yeah. So I'm not leaving him. I don't want to leave him, and I don't want to leave the house either. It's not as important, but it was a sign that, you know, I made a place for myself in Westgate, and you know, it didn't matter if Marcelia didn't think much of it. It was my place, and now it's just, and we'll get it back, I guess. But
I think you can trust in your in this group to know how much it means to you, and to care, and for that to matter, and for us to, you know, not to care enough to I believe, especially your sister, And you know,
Well, I mean, I don't know that Cecilia would understand why, like, just a house would be important to me. But
well, I promise you, I understand, and I will certainly back up any. You know, I will not let this just be forgotten. This will not be a we leave here and forget it. We will come back to this house if I have any say in the matter.
thank you, Rogar. Yeah, and
And for Bo.
and you should make sure to get your stuff out of the and Roomba.
Oh.
We need to make sure Roomba and anything that you I mean, I don't know how connected you feel to, you know, the your rooms here, but are you okay? Like, after the
Why?
whatever dreams or whatever, you seemed kind of
Oh.
upset.
It was not. I don't know what your dreams were like, but mine were not good. I kind of glanced over my shoulder. And, no, well, like I don't. Oh, I wish I had gigs here to talk to. But so in the dwarves we have many gods, and one of those gods is, for example, Abathor, who they believe places greed into the hearts of dwarves, seduces them towards greed, and corrupts gold dwarves in that way, and they go off and become, you know, selfish and harmful, and it's not good for the dwarves or our society. And after the cataclysm and everything, well, you know, many of the Church of Shardlar, many of leaders, including the woman who raised me, the Holy Mother, came to believe that maybe there was also a god like that who who tempted people towards selfish desires as well, and and feelings, and corrupted them in a way.
But you're the least selfish person I know, Rogar.
I know. I've worked really long and hard to. I agree. I know.
You know what? Like, look around.
Yeah.
I'm modest.
It's accurate.
I'm so modest.
Yeah.
And I'm the most
It's
modest.
funny.
Sorry, didn't mean to break.
No, that's great. That's a good point. No, but thank you, because I have worked long and hard at it. It's like that was my whole life's work. I tried to be everything that they wanted me to be, and praying every night for the power of Sharinlar to fill me, and it not happening. And the Holy Mother kept, you know, telling me that perhaps it was because I was corrupted because of these desires I felt that weren't in the interest of the Dwarven people, in the interest of repopulating our people, in the followed the way that Morden made our bodies and other things. And I mean I feel like I managed to learn that and suppress those desires and those needs that are selfish and the interest of my people. But going in that nightmare, I was a child again, and it was like hearing it for the first time when she said that I was corrupted. It was
Sorry.
very hard. Thank you. It's good to. I know from experience it's good to just say these things out loud, and then I can move past them. So, thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna go get Ruba now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know if you need help with
Cecilia is going to enter the room, and she is wearing 4 layers of clothes. And she says, "Hey, did I pick the good ones? What's going on in here?" I can't carry them all.
Do something about your hair. Not right now, but
Rogar, can I put a piece of your armor over the top of this? Will that work? No.
No.
Celia, maybe you can help me find everything got
It was the kids.
Oh.
It was
okay.
like this when I walked in.
Maybe you can
I'll
help
help
me find the ledgers and stuff, but the clothes are too bulky. I'll have to
Whatever.
fall
Let's put 6
behind.
layers on you. You're skinny. It'll work. We just will tie them up.
Well, I mean, I guess, like some of my coats and stuff.
I'm definitely
she's
digging through
gonna
your stuff.
go
gonna
like
help you.
go through the wardrobe a little bit, like find her favorite coat.
I'm gonna tie your dress around your shoulders like a cape.
Okay.
Also, I have all my letters wrapped up with like a belt tied around them. It is not a neat stack. I haven't gone
So-
through my mail.
Are you taking a long time to rest in the house? You want to
This
take a
feels like
long
it-
rest?
This
Oh.
feels
Those
like
of you
probably
who
only
might
took
need a long rest.
20
It might
Some of
be
you could
wise.
use a long rest.
Yeah.
It might be wise if we're going back into Westgate where enemies await to be fully rested. I don't see any other reason why we must rush it, since this place is timeless and perhaps no time at all has passed there.
Yeah, you see like dried blood all over Stong, and his eyes are like droopy. But he's like, "No, I'll be fine. I'll be all right."
It should be noted that the inside of the astral dreadnought is not timeless. The astral sea itself is timeless, but this
Hmm.
pocket dimension does not appear to be timeless.
Because I'm over here in this and the conversation, and I'm like, oh, because Caliph and the whole infection thing. How are you doing, Caliph?
I mean,
Is that still...
how is the infection?
Well, there's still kind of this hole in your shoulder, but it's not bleeding anymore.
And no,
It
like,
itches slightly.
but in a normal way, right?
Yeah, like in a healing way.
Normal way or a cursed way?
And I
Hard
kind
to
of glance.
say.
I glance behind her. I'm like, oh no, it seems you're losing feathers again.
Hmm. Several of Kayla's feathers have fallen off and are lying on the floor behind her.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's happening again. Well, let's. I mean, are we? I mean, are we planning on staying here for long? We're not planning on staying here for long, right?
Sounds like we're taking a rest here to recover, just in case we face something dangerous when we return to Westgate. Aye.
If you don't need to rest, you could spend the time casting your rituals, and by the time we're done resting, we could be ready to go.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, that is how rituals work, right? Like I can set them up beforehand.
It takes 10 minutes. Plus
Technically,
casting time.
mechanically speaking, you would do 10 minutes to cast one ritual. If you were doing feign death, you'd tap one person and they would feign death for the next hour. And then it would be 10 minutes to do that again, get someone else. If you want to, I think we can kind of hand wave it and say you can do a longer ritual to do a number of people all at one time.
You do 9 minutes of the setup of the first one, and then 9 minutes of the setup of the next one. And then you set the fuse all the way down.
That's
That's how
definitely
rituals work,
that's
right?
definitely how Cecilia thinks rituals work.
See how Erin would write rituals in her books because she's, lazy at certain things.
Yeah, I mean, I think Caliph really wants to get out of here. So if she can like set up a mass ritual preparation, she'll spend her time doing that. Like, come on,
You think
talking.
utilizing that magic circle will allow you to do that?
Coco Magic Circle.
Yay, we found Roomba.
Roomba, behave.
Do we need a box? Put Roomba in the little box.
Aye,
Okay, so any other important conversations that are happening?
So have we decided to rest?
Yes.
Okay. And the other question is are we safe to rest here? I don't want to, Cecilia, I don't know what you remember from our time in your room, but That was not the most restful encounter I've ever had.
What? This dog is gonna sit up.
Scarecrow
He's
like rolls over and
"What?"
looks over, and she's like, "This is gonna be interesting."
Well,
Woo.
what do you remember from that? It was rather terrifying. Giant something outside in the fog, big eyes. Emissary, I am the pierced heart. Come, blah, blah, blah. And then I smacked it in the hand and you did something. And you remember this? Tell me you remember this.
Okay, Aaron, question, not to
Yeah.
there. Has Artemisia heard Heart of the Piercing?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure.
Artemisia is going to be like, wait, Heart of the Piercing?
Were you there?
No,
too?
he said pierce heart something. I
was-
think I thought that was your thing. That I think it was just a dream, man, because I don't remember all of that.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
What do you remember from that?
There was a
point is,
monster.
my point is, I don't particularly want to go to my garret all alone and curl up for a nice little restful sleep. And while the fog billows outside and something knocks on my window and says, "Emissary," at me again.
If we want to gather someplace like secure, I can cast a magic circle to protect us as well as set my guardian at the door.
That sounds lovely.
I'm also good for like I didn't lose a lot of hit
Okay.
points, and I just get my spells back if I chill for an hour. So
That does bring up the question. Where are we getting teleported? Where are we going to show up back at? In Westgate?
Scarecer.
Scarecer says, "Yes. Do you have a map? I've never
Indeed we
been to
do.
the
I was
city,
gonna say there's a map in this
Westgate,
city, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a ton of maps.
or even this continent, Faerun.
Yeah, probably in the bag.
I could take you to this place called Mastica.
Where?
Oh.
That's a bit too
Is that
far
where the
away.
pineapples come from?
Ooh.
I thought you had known that all along. That's why you used that word.
It just sounds funny. Pineapple.
Yeah, it's hard to mistake that
Pineapple.
word. That's why we use
It's
it.
a succulent fruit.
No, it's not.
It is delicious.
It is delicious.
It grows on a tree. Well, more like a bush.
All right.
Spiky,
So circle.
like the end of a mace.
Yes.
Danger fruit.
Oh, it is very
Danger
dangerous. You
fruit.
like it.
Sounds like
I
a
like
good
it.
thrown weapon.
So, how big is this circle you can make for us to be protected?
I didn't make you any circle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking Rogar.
Well, it's a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder.
Oh, we could all fit
So
in.
20 feet
Well,
across.
I gotta keep packing.
It would
I'll
basically
take Bo
fill
with
the
me.
common room. And you can
Circles
fit
in the
basically everyone in the common room.
I call
although
the
it's
couch.
kind of a tight fit.
Scarecer's on the couch. Are you gonna kick her off?
Damn it.
Okay.
And she's lying there, and like her one arm is, dangling off the couch, and she's idly spinning her axe on the floor.
She can just telekinesis and float and sleep.
She's only
Oh,
taking up half the
Quick
couch. though.
question.
Okay.
What is this? And I pull out the wand rod staff thing that I dug out with the little people in a
The
staff.
staff of fertility statues.
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
We did ever figure this thing out. Because Sturge, you found a thing, and I found this, and we also found my axe up in there. But nobody ever identified them. So one of these going to be very helpful. One of these is a wand of house transport. It would be really good.
I've got the hammer of love, so so love stick is not trademarked. It's free. You can call it that if you want to.
I forget. We found a
Done 3 things.
staff.
And the axe.
Scarecer has the axe, I think.
And then you
axe,
grab
Would you like to
something.
try and evoke the power through one of those objects? There was the axe, the staff, and the wand.
wand.
If you do it outside the circle,
I would rather do
It's
it
like braided
identified.
metal that ends in like a cage.
Yes.
And the staff is like small fertility statues piled on top of one another. stacked
can-
on top of one another.
Do an
Interesting.
identify.
And then there's the axe, which looks like this kind of vicious, double-bladed axe with some sort of design cut out in the middle. It's just open space.
I
You want to identify some
them.
stuff?
Yes.
If you have the identify spell, sure.
And it's prepared.
Okay, awesome.
And it's a ritual.
Sturge is
Okay.
ready.
Which one of
So-
those are you gonna cast that on?
I'll do the totem pole first.
This is like a staff of sexy times or something.
Give it.
Do you have a pearl worth 100 gold pieces?
I do. I have 2.
Excellent, because you're gonna need those.
But didn't we decide that it's not consumed in the cast?
I
Is
do
this-
not believe we decided that. No.
I think this was another game.
Yeah, the pearl shatters,
Oh, it
and
doesn't.
information about the item appears in your head.
Okay.
So which one did you do first?
The cage. I mean, the
The
totem.
wand?
No, the sexy raw.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
staff.
that's
The
It's an
wand.
It's an ancient
Oh, it's a
sexy
wand?
staff. So
Oh.
There's a
There's-
wand, there's a staff, and there's an axe.
Oh,
The
the staff.
Okay.
Fertility's terms, staff.
it's an ancient sex fertility staff. So it turns your bed into a
Yeah,
water
they're
bed.
not necessarily
Very
sexy.
white
They're
comes
just,
on.
You know,
There's like a lava.
You should keep going though, because Eric just cut
Oh,
off.
did he
so
just crack
it's
out?
yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's ancient. It's ancient sexy. Like, oh,
What's the worst that can happen?
yeah.
That's famous last words, Cecilia.
okay, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, he's back.
So, staff of healing is what that is.
Oh,
Oh,
I
unexpected.
definitely expected something wackier.
The way it works, it has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more charges to cast one of the following spells from it. Cure wounds, lesser restoration, mass cure wounds.
Master wounds.
Mass
Mass
cure
cure
wounds.
wounds. Mass cure
Even-
wounds.
Even in Forgotten Realms, we're being automated out of our jobs. Great.
Cure wounds is 1 charge per level of cure wounds, up to level 4.
Mm.
Lesser restoration, 2 charges. Mass cure wounds, 5 charges.
All right.
Nice.
Well, that's
Does
handy.
recharge itself daily.
It
Wow.
recharges
At least
too.
some of the way. Some of it. It gains a
That's
random
handy.
number of charges at dawn. Okay.
Nice.
That's how it
Nice find.
Yeah. Useful.
You
I
want to
will-
pick one of these other 2 things to?
The wand.
Okay.
Yes.
So you cast your ritual.
Yes.
The pearl shatters. You gain the information about the wand. The wand is a wand of paralysis.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh,
The way it works
Useful.
is this. You have 7, it has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use your action to spend 1 charge to shoot a thin blue ray toward a creature you can see within 60 feet. Make a ranged attack roll against that creature with using your spell attack bonus. On a hit, target is paralyzed for 1 minute. At the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on success.
Zap a
insane.
vampire in my sickening radiance.
And also
Yep.
regains a random number of charges at dawn.
whoa.
Sweet.
Use it
So this
all the time.
is not the same as hold person.
It isn't the same, but it has a similar effect.
So it's is it an enchantment?
Just closed it, man. Yeah.
Because
Oh,
there's
buddy
lots of things that are
knows.
immune to enchantment and hold person. Like
Well, it's created with enchantment magic, but you don't know if it would work on something that is usually immune to enchantment.
No way to know but to try it. It recharges, right? That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
You don't have any more pearls. Artemisia, you have any pearls you want to part with?
Ha.
Find out what this axe does. What if it's an axe of house transport?
That seems unlikely.
But possible.
Yes, you just simply
mean,
probably
drive the
right.
axe into the wall. Sir demonstrates by
Hey,
popping the axe into the wall.
Wow.
listen, I can torture her. You can't.
And then
I
she
mean-
pulls it free and she says, pity.
If it's really important, like
Goes
Artemisia
back
does
to
have
spinning
some
it on the ground.
high
on the floor.
higher value spell components like for her own use.
I
But
feel like probably we're gonna discover that Scaresair is not gonna give me back this axe. So
yeah.
it's gonna be the cost of the process.
Varys
So I'd rather not
shuffles
learn
over,
what I'm losing.
Varys shuffles over to the hole that she just chopped in the wall, and he looks at it. And he looks at her very disapprovingly, and she lolls her head back to look at him, and she goes,
Nah,
Stung, I think he's flirting with your girlfriend.
not my girlfriend.
She knows
Does
that.
she know
Are you
that?
gonna wait and tell her after we're in Westgate? I would suggest not.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think, we'll have some parting words later. Now's
Alright.
not the right time.
So, everybody's resting, correct? Or are we gonna chase down this illusionist?
I don't.
I think preparing the whole person for
That's right.
the same death.
Sturge, did you go up into your garret alone to rest?
Absolutely not. He definitely does not want to experience what he experienced before. That's why he's waiting for the magic circle. I wonder though. We haven't. I have this wand, this paralysis wand, and I'm feeling rather guilty if I've already got a magic missile wand, and yet I really like magic, and yet it seems as though this would be very greedy of me to keep two wands when others have no wands. So he's going to do.
I mean, does anyone else regularly use wands? Or
Others
like,
could.
would it help to have a wand? I mean, Cecilia's pretty happy with her rod, I think.
Well, I got my axe too.
and you got your axe too. Artemisia's got
I got
her
my
own
hands
pew
full.
pew that just comes out of her naturally.
Yeah.
So Sturge is going to say, is there anyone here who wants this wand more than I do? Which is a
Cecilia
lot.
did-
Sounds
How
so
do we know
sad.
how much you want it?
Which is a lot.
Like
Yeah,
a
I
lot,
think
a lot.
anybody.
No,
You keep that.
Okay, I'll
and
keep
just,
it. Thank you.
Keep in mind when one of us pops an area effect, storm sphere, or a sickening radiance, freeze a thing in it.
Yeah.
Remember this moment and freeze a thing.
Sturge.
Varys puts his hand on Sturge's arm and says, and just kind of gives him an approving nod.
A spell of paralyzation, very valuable. The joy it brings, Sturge. priceless.
Speaking of spells, though, once Stong has had like a chance to rest a little bit, because you said he was looking like pretty beat up, so
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not gonna like. Once he's had time to rest, Artemisia is gonna like wait for when he wakes up again.
Okay. Do any of you leave the common room, or do you all just stay there in that circle that Radar
Stays.
stated?
I mean, Artemisia wants to pack more. Like, she wants to like go through the house, and she'll ask Bo to come with her. That will totally help.
I would be okay with a short rest. So I'm happy to be the one that goes and fetches things if need be, as long as you ask me nicely. So if you need help, or if you want to be alone with Bo, I guess I get it.
Well, no. Cecilia can come. Like, Artemisia will still talk to Bo, even if Cecilia can't see him. But
Awkward. Can Bo hear me though?
Bo says, yeah, I can hear her.
Okay, yeah, he can.
No. I mean, yeah.
I don't have to listen if she doesn't want me to.
No, it's just funnier if I can say things you can't hear. I'm assuming you told me that because I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna slow
Artemisia
down.
would just pass it through.
Bo smiles and he's like, well, I see she hasn't changed.
No. So I mean, I guess Artemisia, like, if you pointed it out to her, she would eventually like wind down and sit still. But otherwise, she's gonna like just be like, "What if I forgot?" and gotta look in the cupboard and
Oh my God, just sit down for a second and look around. And what's the thing that you need that you see?
sing. Well, not and that thing.
Okay, stop. One thing. I said one. Oh my god. You have any booze in here? Can we slow you down a little?
Actually, she probably does have SAR if the kids haven't broken the bottles.
Yeah.
Such an Artemisian drink. I love it. I'm just gonna like pull the bottle out and be like, "You take care of this, and I'll pick up your stuff. And
Okay.
it's gonna be okay because we still have plenty of opportunities to get the house back. I'm
Yeah,
just
because
gonna first,
I have
you know,
the yeah.
Yep.
We're coming back.
I see that thing. Does it look familiar at all?
The symbol?
Yeah,
Make an Arcana check.
not always. Oh, go out this time. It is an 18. Is that a dummy check?
No,
You're like, no, you
it's
didn't.
it's to determine like whether your arcane studies, kind of haphazard arcane studies that you've
I
done.
looked over people's shoulders. I paid attention to some of the things.
Exactly. It looks like some kind of rune magic.
Hmm.
That looks like a Dethic,
Okay.
Dwarven language.
Among other things. I
Among
know
other
that
things.
much.
Originally for the Dwarven language, but
I
used
don't
in
know.
other languages. hmm
Well, it's not big, at least. The unfortunately, I don't think I speak anything that uses Dethic. I can't guess. Do I know anything about runic magic? Rune magic? Because I know
Not
there are rune
really.
scarred warriors in Rashomon, but I don't know that that's actually the same thing, or if it's just a cool sounding word.
Yeah. Well, you know about that. You know that
I know how
you know
to
that your father occasionally used things related to rune magic to forge items.
be into it or not into it.
He thought it was very reliable.
Well, it's reliable, I can tell you that.
Well, good.
It definitely makes you swear less than other kinds of magic. I wonder where this entity jumped in the house. Did it jump in here or did it jump in back in Westgate? Has it been
I mean, could be either. I think.
Bo at Artemisia's side says, I don't really know, but I don't think it was in Westgate.
Well, but Bo thinks it was in the astral plane, not at home.
cool? I don't know how I feel about taking an astral plane entity back, but it
Well,
doesn't seem to be. It seems to be.
I promised. So.
Yeah. You did. And also, we don't seem to know a way to take it out. So I hope this isn't a thing like when the fish is going, hey, you know, it'd be great air. And no, it's a bad thing, except with more magical explosions. So I guess we'll find out. What else do you want in here? We've got all your jewelry, right? And
Yeah.
you got like magic stuff we need to keep. I don't know
spell
quite how you-
components. She always has like a bag that like, so she'll add her more unusual stuff into the bag. And so I think at some point like the czar will start to hit and she will have like looked in the same like cupboards in her room like 6 times. Like she will end up back like in the circle, actually like chilling.
I was going to ask you about your visions if you wanted to talk about what you saw.
You're still both there up in the in the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess we don't need to talk.
Time has passed. Like, is Caleb done with the ritual?
It's been about an hour or so. You think you've basically set up the ritual utilizing the magic circle.
Guys, we're good. We can go now. Come on. Let's get out of this creepy place.
All right.
How much time do we have to rest?
Well,
No time.
that
We're
sounds
going
like
to-
a short rest.
That was an hour. So
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
well, I mean, unless we need to like say, okay, we're gonna like have like a proper like take a nap and rest,
Yeah.
Right.
or we're gonna go now that it's ready. And I don't need a nap, so
I could go now. Like Stong is
you
going
sure,
to.
Stong?
So Stong is going to lift his head from where he's like fallen asleep in the circle. He's using like the red dragon scales as like a blanket to cover him and like the little pile of kids that's like resting on him too.
Very warm.
It's super warm, and it also kind of like glistens a little bit under the light. So he's gonna lift his head and like rub some sleep from his eyes, and he's gonna say, I guess I would feel better if we got out of here. I think it's not really safe here. It doesn't feel very safe here.
I don't know though. Like, feels kind of comfy. Just getting a little bit of rest. I know you guys rely on me, but I'm pretty much out of the ability to heal you. And back in Westgate, it was all.
We do have
And
this stick of strange little people healing.
Yeah.
Do you want to take that for now?
I'm okay. Why don't we vote?
Ooh.
I would like to rest.
I'm good to
Rogar?
go.
I'm always on the side of caution and hemming and hawing.
Yeah, Artemis is for resting.
Uh-oh. 3 versus 3? What if it's 3 versus 3? What do we do? Roll off?
We zip by the sleeping.
Rock,
Everybody
paper,
lays
scissors.
down. We sleep. We're done. Yay! It's the morning.
Sure.
Now let's go. Does that work?
Good
Yep. Or something cool
morning.
gonna happen if we take a rest. Oh, Eric.
You don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, something cool is going to happen if you take a rest. But, you know, it's up to you.
Okay. Caliph, do you mind extending the ritual for later?
Which
And Rogar will also cast his guardian of, if we're doing the long rest, his guardian of faith at the entrance to the room. So,
There are
you know,
several entrances to the room.
right. Okay.
Where do you want to guard the room from?
I'll sit up and point
From-
my rod at the one of the
to
entrances.
the entrance to the outside? Like, where are we at?
We have like a back
You're
door and the front
in
door,
the
right?
living room of the
Yeah,
Briar
we should have
house.
really
And
gone
then-
into the basement.
And then the kitchen.
I
You could go into the basement if you want to.
but I've my magic circles up here.
Mm,
Stong is going
Uh,
to ask Caliph, how long do you think you can keep that ritual then? Like, do you think we have to leave now?
you don't have to leave now. You can wait indefinitely.
Yeah, you're really
But
good at this, Caleb.
no
Of course, the
one
magic
will
circle only
do
lasts
that,
an
right?
hour, so I suppose we could move down to the basement. It's more defensible.
Well, hold on. No one else knows that I can hold this. That Caleb can hold this successfully, right?
True. You can totally snow us.
5 more
True.
minutes.
5 more minutes. Well, 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
Stone's
that
gonna
decides it.
get up
We
and
got
say-
to go.
Later when we find out you lied.
Scarecrow looks over at Caleb and nods approvingly.
Shady
right.
Caliph.
So
All right.
Stong
So
is
we
going to
got-
take one of the maps of Westgate and show it to Scarecrow. And he's going to, so like one of the ones that the night mass marked up, and he's going to look for an area that looks like safer with less markings, like maybe some area that they haven't really like scouted out, and he's going to ask her to send them there to like an inn or something there.
She looks at you and she's, I was just kidding about the map thing. The map isn't really going to help me.
I see. So you're just going to send us blind?
Well, I'm not sending you anywhere. I'm going.
Oh,
I'm
That place called
taking
the
you
Purple
somewhere. And as funny as it would be to materialize us in some deadly place that you couldn't survive for more than a minute or two, I will be going along and I can only plane shift once a day. So I will take you somewhere safe
oh,
Relatively
appreciate it.
where you won't die immediately.
Well, that would be less
Probably.
appreciated. But I still thank you for all that you've done for us and for keeping your promise to give that axe back to my friend Cecilia.
Thank you.
I haven't kept that promise.
Well, I'm sure you will, you know, all in
Why?
good time, because your word is your bond,
Why do
and
you
you
think
have
that?
great honor. You have not betrayed, you've stuck by every word that you've said so far.
Aw. She reaches up and pats you on the cheek.
That was okay.
So young.
So,
Rogar, let me ask you this question.
Aye.
When you cast Magic Circle,
Aye.
Which of the following types of creatures did you make the magic circle forbid from entering?
We're going for the or more of so celestials, elementals, fae, friends, or
Elementals,
undeads.
fae, fiends, or undead. Which of those did you pick?
Well, it says choose one or more.
Yeah, I
of
know. Which one did you pick? Or which of them did you pick?
all.
Good answer. Good answer.
All right,
All the
well,
above.
Bo cannot enter the magic
Oh
circle.
No.
I thought we knew that already.
He's fine.
Oh,
He's
did we
a
know that?
spirit.
Well, no. I mean, I thought we knew we were leaving him already.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Sure.
mean, when Artemisia comes back down from upstairs, Bo can't enter the magic circle.
Well, she'll like stay like right by the door. So I guess she's kind of guarding one of the doors into the house because she's like right there at the edge of the circle.
Okay, are we going to do this?
Air
Good
hugs.
thing.
Oh.
No offense, Bo, wherever you are.
Right there.
He says, "I'll be waiting for you to return."
Thank you, Bo.
Just think of it as social distancing, Bo. Will.
I don't know what Ragnar is talking about, but he sounds kind. So, all right. So, who are you doing feign death on, and who is just going through the plane shift?
So we've
aware.
got 4 kids, right? Mirabelle and then Nala's 3.
4 kids and then Mirabelle. So
Oh,
5
and then
total.
Mirabelle. Okay, so those 5
And
kids.
then Nala and Lady Kiko,
probably
and
shouldn't get feigned death.
Charity and Varys.
So everyone except the kids is what I'm hearing.
I think that has to be it. No, there's one adult. One adult can go in, not feigned, and I think that has to be you because you can't do it to yourself, can you?
True.
I
Who's
mean,
gonna put you in the bag?
That's a really good point. Your wings get in the way.
Yeah.
And the way things have been going, it might not all come out as you
You
brush your
can
feathers.
cast a spell on yourself, but if you do cast a spell on yourself, you're not able to manipulate yourself or anything.
Yeah.
So
And
Can
scares
you-
their
all
kids.
you can do is make the spell end and wake yourself up.
Can you
Possibly.
cancel the spell at a moment's notice?
Yes.
Okay.
The
But
other
Artemisia doesn't
possibility-
know about the ring. You could just like go in the ring, you drop the ring and
That
the
is a good point. The other possible thing to consider is like, how much do we trust? Maybe the person who stays should be the person who could, stop her if she's not.
So this Stong nudges Scarecera and he says, "Hey, this might be the time to give her her axe back. Buy some trust points."
All right.
I-
I'm going to need my one hand to hold your hand anyway. He hands the axe to you.
Stong will hold her hand.
Oh.
He winks.
maybe we should.
Not right now, when I'm ready to cast the spell.
I just wanted to do it right now because that was really nice of you. I couldn't help myself.
Rogar's heart melted.
I mean, maybe the other
Right.
adult should be stung then because he seems like he
I
can
feel like he might be able to talk Scarecera into being decent.
Yep.
All right.
I
You wanna
can't
hit the rest of
polymorph
us?
anybody else into a rat, just FYI. But
Nope.
okay,
Oh yeah, but I think we're okay because we have enough
Okay.
people.
sounds good.
Oh, I don't like this, but I guess it's feigning. So.
Well, Artemisia's drunk now, so
Yeah, guys,
Which of
I
you is
loosened our
holding
Artemisia.
the bag?
I
Well,
will, I
remember, the
guess.
ritual's going to go off. Everyone's going to like fall over dead.
Oh.
And then someone's got to put them in the bag.
Well, if some of us
Guess
are
that's me.
standing in the bag at a time,
And make sure you know where your towel is. That's very important here.
Okay.
So,
so as many
Yeah.
of us can kind of stand half in the bag. Is that possible, or is it as soon
No.
as we go in? Okay.
I
No,
can-
Right,
you,
Stog?
you
Stog
got to
can put
be
you in, don't
on
worry.
this
Alright.
plane
He's
in
got
order
you,
for
he's got
the
you.
ritual to work.
Okay, doke.
Even more reason for it to be stung.
Everybody close. Yeah, that's a good point. Caleb is
All
not
right, so you
doing
cast
it.
it
and I
on
think Scarecera is
everyone
doing it.
except for Stong and Scarecer
And the children.
children.
and the children. So the children are still going to be active.
Yep.
Okay.
What? I mean,
Okay, wait. Who's got a piece of rope?
oh my goodness.
No. Okay, I'm gonna tie a rope and I'm gonna tie little loops in the rope. Okay, and then each kid is holding a loop.
Okay. All right.
Each kid holds a loop, and I tell them you have to hold on to this loop. It's a magic rope, and if you let go, then we can't get home. So anybody who lets go is is a bad child.
Yeah, and this is a bravery test.
Scarcer says,
Okay, that might be
actually,
better.
in point of fact, we all have to hold hands, otherwise the spell won't work.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So you can
It might be
ignore
good-
that magic rope thing.
It might be good for them to hold the rope and the hands.
Or they
That's
Tie
fair.
the rope around their waist
That's
if
fair.
you want. Tie it around their ankles to hobble them so they don't run away.
That will
Scarcer, great
backfire, I
parent.
guarantee it.
Yeah,
Good.
they'll figure out a way.
Scarecer looks at it. Scarecer has been looking at these children like, what the hell?
Okay,
Like,
now we're gonna
that
play.
seems gross.
Now we're gonna play a silly game. All your aunties and uncles fall down.
Mirabelle's like,
See?
fall down.
They're just
We'll
sleeping.
see you in Westgate.
All right,
Today.
everyone in a good falling position.
Yep.
I hope so. Somebody moves the coffee table, right? Oh, too late.
I don't have very far.
Well, and
You're right.
Artemisia is very loose. She's drunk, so
You could all lay down
Gonna
before
fall
she
off.
casts the spell, so you don't like.
No, I saw
fall.
Emily's hands go like this. It already
Okay,
happened.
all right, boom. Okay.
Okay,
I think she
everybody
enjoyed it.
whoomp, falls down.
Oh,
Dead.
oh! I hope
Just
none of them
killed
took damage.
everybody. Yeah, except for Stong. All right. And then Scarecer looks up at Stong and says, well,
I will put them all into the bag, and then we can all
you're
hold
shoving
hands and
these
go.
dead bodies into the bag.
This feels so bad to Stong.
It's kind of weird. You're like, you lift it up and you're like pushing them in.
He just keeps telling himself, "It's just feigning. It's just a game." And I assume I successfully put all of them into the bag.
I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Am I gonna be blasted
Oh,
by like
no.
reaction lightning? Oh my god. 3.
Okay. At one point, you're kind of shoving someone into the bag and you drop the bag. And like, it's Rogar. Okay. So you're shoving Rogar and he's like
Rogar.
halfway in the bag. And then like it catches on his head and you kind of shove him past. And then he comes out of the bag and kind of flops over and the bag lands on the floor and then kind of shuffles a little bit.
Shuffles.
And then it shuffles and then remains open.
Okay. I look at Scared Sarah and the kids and Kalith and I say, "Oh, I meant to do that. That's a game that Roger and I like to play." Anyway, so Stong picks up Rogar again and he's like blushing a little bit, and then he puts Rogar back into the bag.
You stuff Rogar down head first into the bag.
Maybe like feet first, like he picks him up, and
All
then
right.
like just
Remember,
drops him
Rogar is
in.
really heavy because he's wearing the suit of armor, right?
Song is also very strong.
I'm super
It's
strong.
true. It's true. Rogar is just heavier than everyone else, is what I'm saying. So
But to
when
me,
you
he's
put him, when you
normal weight.
drop him on top of everybody else in the bag already, it kind of hurts. But they're all dead, so who cares?
have
My
such
armor
bruises.
has been getting pretty tight of late. It's all those good food in Westgate. all that-
Well, and
Yeah.
Artemisia filled the bag full of like all her stuff beforehand, so
Yeah.
some of that is soft,
lying
so, like
on our
lions
fancy
on. But
clothes.
yeah,
Also, Roomba was kind of tucked in Rogar's arm.
oh good.
So
You're
okay.
almost. You're. Make a perception check, Stong.
15.
15. You heard some kind of noise, like a
Good
muffled
noise.
sort of noise.
From where?
Not inside the bag, right? So Stong is gonna say, "Kalith, I heard a muffled like a blah."
Aelith cast it on herself
Fine,
too.
you're dead.
Oh,
No, she
scare
didn't
Sarah.
cast it on herself.
Oh, you didn't cast it on yourself?
No. It was Caleb, Song, Scarcer, and the kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I
Fair
thought you
enough.
cast it on yourself too, because that's too many people, isn't it?
No, because there were 5 kids, right?
There's 5 kids. There's Stong and there's Scarecer.
And
Okay,
then-
you're right.
Yeah.
Scarecer
Not the
can
master.
take 8 other
8 other people. So, yeah.
Scarecer and then 8 people.
Oh, I thought it was
Total of
eight.
9 people.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you said that to Caliph. Caliph, you're sitting on the couch next to Scarecer, I guess.
I say, I don't know if that's a reason to be alarmed or try to rush this a little more, but maybe we should get out of here quickly.
Okay, she's gonna try and pick up whoever is left and start just cramming them into the bag as fast as she can.
Okay.
Artemisia is pretty light.
Stong is going to gently guide their head and other
Into
things.
the bag. Good. All right, you got everybody in the bag.
Yeah.
It's just you and the 5 children who are all staring at you like, what?
Look, one day you might play this game with your friends too when you're more grown up.
Real fun.
All right, kids, who wants to hold my hand?
Oh, God.
Several of the kids rush forward to hold Kayla's hands.
Oh, nice.
That was unexpected.
So
Scarecera's like,
Stong holds Scarecera's hand in his hand, and then he picks up the bag and hooks it in with his red dragon scale and his barrel, and then he holds Mirabelle's hand. I guess Mirabelle's slung across his chest, so he'll hold like another
you have
kid's
to
hand.
hold her hand, Scarecera says.
Okay, Stong holds.
I wouldn't want you to
Mirabelle's.
leave your spawn behind.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to leave her either. So I guess Stong holds one of Mirabelle's hands, and she will hold the next person's hand.
Or that can be Caleb.
It has to be
Yeah.
Kenneth, I think.
Okay.
To reach high enough.
And then just
All
reach
right.
down for the next kid in line.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
So
minute.
you all link up hands. And then Scarecera starts concentrating, and like reality starts flowing and warping around you. And she looks over at you and she says, "You know, I've never done this with only one hand."
Stong says, "I believe in you."
And then abruptly you are falling backward, like yanked through the veil of reality behind you. And you appear. You all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep. We're very
You
intent.
all appear in somewhere blindingly bright compared to where you just left.
Mm.
The sun is on your face. There are clouds in the sky all around you,
Stong's gonna empty the bag and
and you
Get
are
all people in.
plummeting from the sky.
oh god.
Oh no!
Oh, the kids. So how quickly can I cast polymorph?
It's a 1-action spell.
6 seconds. Do I have enough time to cast polymorph?
You look down at the large ground rushing up to you. And yeah, you think that you could probably do that, assuming you can concentrate against the rushing wind.
I mean, how much damage could the wind possibly do to me? But I'm going to transform. I think the biggest, cushiest thing I can think of is the giant woolly mammoth.
Well, what
Yeah.
about
Woolly
something
mammoth
like
isn't going to
like
land very well. They
wings?
don't have good knees.
It's okay.
mean,
They got
they
a lot
can
of hit
fly.
points. They got a
Okay,
lot of
here
hit
we go.
points. And then if I go to 0, it'll transform back to me. So
Wait, but you have to get the kids on you, I think.
I have a trunk and stuff. Yeah, he's a big
Right,
mass.
but
and-
if they land on you, they're going to land in, like, woolly mammoth viscera. Why aren't you turning into a giant bird?
All right, make a
Gelatinous
concentration
cube.
check, buddy.
I can't do. I
Gelatinous
have to.
cube.
I have to do a beast.
Oh,
And I was thinking like maybe a bird couldn't carry the weight, but okay. What
Can you
check?
turn into, like, a rock? Is that
What check?
possible?
What check?
Concentration. Which is a
Concentration.
constitution saving throw.
While that's going on, Caleb's gonna try and fly. Does it work? Please tell me it works.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Maybe just glide. Maybe just a glide.
Does she at least like slow the fall somewhat?
Controlled fall.
You slow the fall somewhat.
Is it enough to make a difference?
Feathers start streaming out around you,
That
and
sounds like
your
a plan.
wings start hurting like really badly.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
So?
You pull up and away from everyone. Are you going to keep holding on to the? Are you going to keep holding on to Stong, or are you going to let go of Stong?
She's still holding on.
Okay, well, Stong's weight is pulling you down, so your wings are like, oh my god, but no.
But no.
But Scarecera is falling, and she's like, What's the problem?
Are
Well,
we supposed to
that's the second one I've rolled in a row, so
Oh,
that's going to be
no.
a 5 for my concentration check.
All right, you open your mouth, which immediately fills with rushing wind, and a passing bird.
Oh god! I chew it. What does it taste like?
It tastes like chicken, but really rare,
Oh,
Bones.
which is like the very unhealthy kind of chicken. Always
Whoa.
cook your chicken, viewers.
The more you know.
So it spoils your spell. And you are continuing to fall.
those random birds.
None of us has like mass fly or
How far?
feather fall for everybody that he can wake up, right?
How far are we off the ground? Like,
Still ways. You'll probably land in a few rounds. It's hard to say.
Oh my
exactly.
god.
I mean, I got another polymorph. I would burn it.
so
I would
Caleb-
spit out the bird corpse.
Okay.
You go. You go ahead. You go ahead first, Kayla.
Yeah, go ahead, Caleb.
Well, this is like it has to be done at the last minute because she has a wall of
Oh.
water
Oh, nice.
right before they're supposed to hit. Make like a swimming pool of, was it 20 feet high of water? So they're like plunging into water, rather than
I think at that
solid
Velocity
You're
ground.
already
might
going at
be
terminal
bad.
The
velocity.
surface might hurt, but I think it will help after we hit the surface.
what could
You
the
see a
stairs there have a
city
way to
spread
fix
out.
this?
You
Because she
see a
doesn't
city
seem
spread
concerned.
up below you,
I mean, I'd like to try the polymorph.
and you're pretty
first.
sure it's Westgate. You've never seen Westgate from this angle.
Man.
All huddled up against the southern coast of the Sea of Fallen Stars. You usually think of it as like a westward facing city, but it's actually kind of coiled around toward the north. The north is where the docks are, and the west gate is on the western tip of the city.
Oh, gee, that
Just
looks
an
like a
interesting
puzzle.
geographical anomaly that you hadn't thought about before until you saw it from this angle.
Yes, we are all fascinated by the geographical anomaly.
Very fascinating.
Hey, look at that! Ah!
The polymorph.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to polymorph again, unless
Okay.
you wanted to do something, Kayla.
Constitution save.
All right. Come on, D&D Beyond. 2 1s in a row, and this is going to be 14 total.
14 total is sufficient. You're able to cast your polymorph spell. What are you gonna polymorph into?
Okay, I think I think a big bird makes sense, but Stong was actually thinking mammoth because I think that he like thinks of himself as like a big cushion for everybody to fall on. So I think he would go giant mammoth, and then he would try to like hold all the like the kids and the people using the nose,
The trunk.
the trunk, yeah, using the trunk and using his like big body, the fluffy big body to break the fall.
Okay. Scarecrow looks at you and is like, you gotta be kidding me. She keeps falling.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna?
She lets go of you and streamlines herself so that she falls a little faster. And then spreads out below you and starts concentrating. She only has the one hand, right? And you feel yourself starting to slow slightly.
She could do
Okay.
that this whole time.
Kalith, what are you gonna do?
Well, she's riding on the woolly mammoth's back right now.
Yeah, you went from holding Stong's hand to clinging to one of the woolly mammoth's massive legs.
Climb onto the back, I guess, or wherever is gonna,
Well, the
happen.
woolly mammoth is currently falling backward, so like his legs are falling up above him.
go onto the stomach.
These poor children have got to be losing their mind.
Yeah,
His trunk
a
flapping in
couple
the
of
wind.
them are just screaming. Yeah, the woolly mammoth's trunk is just whoop, 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 whoop. Right. A couple of them are screaming. One of them is going, yeah.
Oh, God.
And Maribel is going,
Ears.
It's Mirabelle still strapped to the woolly mammoth's chest. Just like this tiny little dot in all the fur.
So the gear, so
One
the
of the-
Bjorn
one
would
of the
meld to me, but
children,
not her.
the transformation into the mammoth jarred everyone, and one of the children like lets go of the rope and starts floating off,
Oh shit!
kind of close to Caleb. Caleb, what do you want to do?
I know.
You just
Oh.
grab him.
Gold them.
Okay,
Well,
make a strength
reach
check.
out and try and
Caleb.
grab them
Yeah.
first as they fly back.
Make a strength check, Caleb.
Strength check.
Yeah,
Oh no.
In lure.
That is
you
a
could
two.
lightning lure the kid. That's true. You could,
It might be necessary.
Horn whip.
Mm.
What is a typical kid?
Oh,
I
Caleb.
usually have like 4 hit points, but children don't actually take damage in my game, so don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
Good call, Eric. Good call.
Lightning lure that kid over.
Totally
Okay, so
lightning.
what'd you get on your roll?
Well, I was just doing a strength check. That was the two.
Yeah. Get a 2. Okay. If you grab the
wow.
child, and then you are jarred loose from the woolly mammoth. So now you're holding this child, and you're flapping your wings desperately in the air. But now that the mammoth is no longer dragging you down, you're actually kind of leveling out and slowing down, and you're holding this child in your arms.
How are the rest of the kids doing?
They're clinging to the mammoth, which is also slowing.
All right, I guess she's just gonna keep with the status quo.
Okay. And then there's just grassy plains all around you. The mammoth lands. Song, you're going to take some damage because you did,
Bring it on.
fall from a great distance, even if you were slowed somewhat. That is going to be 25 bludgeoning
Yeesh.
damage. But you cushion the blow for everyone on top of you.
Awesome. Yeah, 25, no problem to the mammoth.
Caleth lands, no problem.
Do I land on song?
Oh, you land near Stung, kind of gracefully, honestly. And the kid that you're holding is like, yeah.
All right.
You got a fan club.
Well, I hate to ask, but what happens?
Again.
No.
And then he looks over your shoulder and he's like, huh? Yeah, your wings are like bloody tatters of, broken feathers behind you.
Oh.
Oh
You
shit!
had better grow up to be a really good person for this kind of business.
Kid looks up at you and says, I swear I will be a paladin.
Love it.
Do something more worthwhile.
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
Okay, I'll be an enchanter.
Just go play with your friends.
So, Stong, you have saved everyone at the cost of some damage to your woolly mammoth back.
So I released the form, and
All right, you turn back into yourself. You're relying on your back. Oh, and Mirabelle is bouncing up and down on your chest.
I let all the kids go after checking that they're okay, and then I take the bag and then open it and dump my friends out. Make sure
Just to
they're
be
okay.
clear, you anchored the bag to the front of you. You didn't land on us, right?
So it says that all gear melds to me, into the form. So I assume that the
Ah.
bag
Okay.
became.
yeah, the
we
bag
we
is
became
fine.
the woolly mammoth too. Sort of mixed on whether I'm glad or not that we were not awake for that.
Yeah,
You probably have
Probably
weird
a woolly
dreams, but
We were Stong and Stong was us. It was a beautiful moment.
So weirdly positive, and also it smelled like a wet dog.
yeah, and we're all like a giant elephant.
You see Scarehair lying kind of near you. Her face is all bloody.
Oh, I want to check on her.
Okay.
But yeah, after letting my
Apparently,
friends out.
she had a massive nosebleed. It was all over her face.
Oh, I use a level 3 cure wounds on her. Level 4 cure wounds on her.
Okay.
And
So healing
that's
factor goes into her, and she suddenly goes.
15 health.
Well, she tries to wipe her face with her non-arm, right? And then she switches to her actual arm.
I say thank you for saving us and for bringing us back.
And then she hits you with her actual arm.
That was okay.
And she says, "Why wouldn't you turn into a dragon or something?
I
Something
can't.
that can fly."
I haven't seen that many large birds in my life.
You could have turned into a whale, that would have been just as helpful, but more
grabs you.
bouncy.
Oh, sure,
grabs
sure.
her
Wait.
whale.
She grabs you by the collar, which is really just like the red dragon skin wrapped around you. Says, "You saw my dragon. You're wearing my dragon."
I can polymorph into a red dragon.
She
Okay,
slaps
out
you
of
again.
character. Out of character. I'm gonna remember this, Eric. I'm gonna try and polymorph into a red dragon in the future.
Well,
I remember
Spirit
this.
Sarah thinks you can.
Yeah.
She says, "What is this? Is your magic so limited that you couldn't save yourself from falling out of the sky?"
I'm just not as capable as you.
Well, we need to work on that.
I'd love your help, but but you're okay. I'd like to go check up on my friends and make sure they're okay.
Of course, I'm not okay. I have one arm.
Well, I would love to try to help you with that later.
Yeah, but your magic is limited. I know.
I can see that I'm gonna have to live up. I have a lot to live up to.
Fine.
You can
go
dump her now.
take
We're on the
care of
right
your
plane.
Friends.
I kind of like her.
One of them better be. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
Kayla's been going around unfeigning everyone from death.
Okay.
Oh,
So you dump out the bag, is what you're saying?
I think Stong dumped it out earlier.
Yeah,
yeah, I
dumped
dumped
Yeah,
it
you
out.
dump out the bag. It's just a whole bunch of dead bodies all out. All
Oh, I'm
Ground.
cold.
You hear horse hooves approaching on the road.
Oh no.
Oh F.
We're on the road. Where are we?
Yeah, you're on the road, not too far outside Westgate, actually.
Like on the road to the arena?
I'm not. You're still feigning death.
I thought I was awakened.
No. It takes a second
Oh,
to go around. You got to awaken each person individually.
I could use a break. This is maybe a good Hoofbeats approach and
Well, hoofbeats approach, and you look up to see these heavily armored and armed people looking down at you, surrounded by a pile of dead bodies. And we will take our break.
thank
Where the
you.
kids
Sorry,
are.
I
We
just
can
was-
explain.
It's a silly game.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh gosh.
People go to the bathroom. Don't go away after the break. Rhiannon is going to announce the winners of the contest. So if you want to see your character with the Westgate Irregulars, stay tuned because that might happen. All right. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Find out the winner of the contest. So
Yeah.
there were 2 entries with 9 correct answers each.
Whoa.
And they were Doug Meyer and raccoonnoisseur. So I have my die, and so Doug is going to be 1 to 10, and raccoonnoisseur is going to be 11 to 20, and we will see which of them wins the day. It is Doug. It's a 5.
Oh, congratulations, Doug.
Hey.
So congratulations,
One of
Doug.
our
Wins with
OG
5.
viewers. Right on.
But raccoonnoisseur, don't log off in disappointment just yet. Since there are only 2 of you, I've decided that Doug is the winner of the contest, can pick his character, the incident, and then the setting. But raccoonnoisseur, if you would get me your character, I will use them as a support character.
And just to be
Sweet.
clear, there were more than 2, but those were the top 2. And
Yeah, those were-
So
they're-
thank you
were
to
the top
everybody
2.
else who, yeah.
And I also want to say, I feel disappointed for anybody who went to the work of, answering the questions and whatever. So if you entered, go ahead and send me your character, and I will see if there's a support role that comes up. Because as long as I'm doing a bunch of characters anyway, I will see who I can use. So Doug, get me those your choices of questions on the website, and I will also email to remind you. But the sooner you get them to me, the sooner I will start coming up with the story. And the rest of y'all, expect a free ebook in, I probably shouldn't promise anything, but probably around 3 weeks or so, I'm hoping, if all goes to plan, which 2020 doesn't always, but fingers crossed, knock wood, etc. and you guys will get to read about the other characters meeting the irregulars. So thank you guys for entering.
Awesome. Good job, everyone.
Goes well.
Yeah.
Are we back
So,
for
yeah.
other people, or is it?
Oh. You can all see us.
Oh,
Hey, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
just sit here and hang out.
Dang, what
How's
didn't
the
give me the
weather?
signal. So, hail and well met. Welcome back. Thank you for taking part in the competition. We're going to do more things like that in the future. So, stay tuned. We're just trying out new stuff. If you have ideas or suggestions or things that you really like, let us know. Find us on Facebook, leave a comment here on the Twitch or on our YouTube channel. Whatever you want to do, engage with us. Engagement. Awesome. And we love to hear some ideas and feedback. Okay, second part of the game. So after talking your way out of a watch patrol from Westgate, which was surprised to find you here with a whole bunch of dead bodies,
Which quickly became undead.
quickly rose
Back
from
to
the
life.
dead.
Back to life. Back to life. Not undead.
I don't think any of us consented to become zombies, Caleb.
They recognized you as the Westgate Irregulars and escorted you back to the city. Apparently, you are somewhat famous in Westgate. And you
Cool.
are now at the Purple Lady, as that is where logically they would have taken you. Apparently, there
Most
has
logical.
been a notice up for several days to keep an eye out for you,
Oh.
and the city has been clamoring for your return, or at least it
Oh.
was for the first few days that you were gone.
Ooh.
How long have we
They
been
forgot
gone?
of us.
What is
It
the
turns
date?
out that you have been gone for about a 10-day.
Okay.
Okay.
So not too bad. Longer than you thought, but not as long as it could have been.
And I see this is a good measure. How much does Westgate actually like us? A couple. And they're like, we're over it.
After that, rumors started going around that you had been killed on a quest of some kind, that you had gone off and been eaten by a dragon, that you had moved to a new city. You still have some holdout fans in Westgate who are sure that you were going to return. As you were approaching the city, you see trails of smoke rising up into the sky, and you hear horns in the distance, and the armored members of the watch kind of like tense up and then grumble amongst themselves.
What's going on?
It's probably just fighting in the East End. It's nothing to be concerned about.
Who's fighting?
There's we don't want to say gang war because it's best not to invoke Bashaba's fortune if you can avoid it. But Chow are fighting with members of the natives of the city, and it's just bad.
Fire knives? Is it fire knives?
Fire Knives versus Night Mouse.
Well, the fire knives, the fire knives and the 9 golden swords did fight 10 years ago, but both of them have been decimated, so I can't imagine that they're the ones leading the charge.
You have a very
One of
dim
the other
imagination.
guardsmen is like, it's that Goto clan that's sparking all this violence. And the second one's like, no, it's probably just provocateurs and such.
Stong will lean over to Scarecrow and be like, "You'll like this place, I think."
Are the guards at all bothered by Scarecrow?
They did give her some questioning looks.
But they're just like, oh, she's with you,
She
okay?
snarled at them,
Sounds right.
and then it seemed that she was with you. So yeah, they're kind of keeping their distance from her, and I guess she's okay. She doesn't seem to have any more telekinesis for the day,
Oh.
so she was just kind of lying there.
Oh.
Stong, do you want to carry her?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. Just keep going, but let me see if I can think of some other
Polymorph
way
her into
to.
an amazing horse.
I could polymorph.
I'm sure she
her.
won't. I'm sure she won't mind.
Hmm.
Ask her what she wants to be polymorphed into first.
Right.
Oh my god.
But I'll just
I think
carry
if
her
you
for
ask
now.
this woman this question, I think she will say,
Red
"What is
dragon.
wrong with you? Why
She'll
would
say
you
red
say
dragon.
So you get back to the city. They take you to the Purple Lady. Shay is there, looking very tired and overworked, but relieved to see you return.
that?" We ask after Mirren.
She says,
At least I
"Oh,
would.
there'll be plenty of time for that. You should sit down and have some food. You look famished."
That doesn't sound good.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like the thing people say before they give you real bad news.
Okay, you twisted my arm. Mirren's gone missing.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, we'll have to help find her.
That's no good.
Is after a meal.
Right.
Yeah, that does sound like a
And-
wise choice. Because oh my god, the city.
She points at Scarcer. She's like, "Who's that?"
So Stong is carrying Cercer like gently and with like a little romantically. He likes to think. I think it makes her a little uncomfortable. Like she's not really good at expressing, that romance. But or is she into it?
She's muttering under her breath. This is so undignified.
So yeah, I'm holding her and like she's close to Mirabelle, and I say, "Well, this is."
Mirabelle's like, "Ah." And Scarcer keeps going. And Mirabelle's like, "Hee."
Say, this
Poking at
is
her.
my well, it's complicated.
Scarcer says the term is Kithrak.
This is my Kithrak. And Stong's gonna shoot her like this, like side eye, but he just goes with it. Yeah, then he
Shay
explains.
says, "Is that like a sex thing?"
Stong's gonna look at
Please
her.
say that's a sex thing.
That is so
Wait, who says
Klingon.
that?
Shay
Shay.
does.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. For a second, I thought you said Mirabelle said
No.
that, and I was like, that is a very big cognitive leap she just had. But
No.
also,
No.
Okay, cool.
Meanwhile, Artemisia wants to try to sneak out to like send a quick messenger.
Okay,
She's just going to step out and send it and then come back.
you can do that.
Good.
When you were all awakened, you did notice that Kayla's wings were basically devastated by something. This great fall that they told you about.
Do you want to
So
try
they're-
this little man stick?
They're all bloody and they have just the feathers are kind of like falling off, and
You poor thing.
I mean, are we at a moment where we're all just like, we can take a break, take a breather now?
Yeah.
All right. If that's the case, then she wants to see if she can pull Rogar aside and just like talk to him for a bit.
Stong's
Okay.
gonna leave them and find like a place for Scarcer to rest safely.
I think
All right.
I'm eating.
Or Artemisia will come back and join you.
So
Should
I
you
was
just-
sisters
thinking
are eating.
that it's
Stong is
probably
doing his
very-
business. Sturge is doing something.
Oh, can't hear you.
Sturge is going to join the sisters.
Okay. So yeah, Caleb and Rogar head off for a moment.
To a private room.
Yeah, I imagine it goes something like, "Hey, Rogar,
Aye.
I would like to see you in private."
Oh, of course. Aye. Do you need some counseling? Or...
Yeah. So, you remembered a while ago when you said if I needed anything, I could do you.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've noticed, I have a little problem with doing.
Aye, there. Aye, I have noticed. And I have been looking into ways to try and heal them, and I've been praying on it nightly, hoping that you might ask. And I feel like Sharinlar has answered my prayers, for I've been filled with the knowledge of a greater restoration that I think may be the answer to what is going on with your wings.
Okay, to be perfectly honest, I don't really know if it's gonna work. You know, the whole thing about your God and healing and all that.
Well, I'm sure. I feel pretty good about this. I feel like she would not have given me this ability if it would not be helpful in some way. And I have faith. I have faith that, I mean, it's certainly, I don't think, can hurt.
That's true. This does hurt quite a bit. It's I had when we were in the house, did you see things?
That's, I did.
Yeah, I saw some things too, and kind of well,
What
let's
sort
just
of
say
things?
I think I need your help. That's all.
Was it to do with your wings?
It was to do with an old book that it's the book that cursed it was the curse that started all this to begin with.
Oh, a curse, really?
Yeah.
Well, that must be the answer. That's why Sharindler gave me this. For I remember in the teachings at the temple that a greater restoration spell can remove a curse. So, this must be the answer. Sharindlar has given me the means to answer your need, and Rogar's very happy because he likes to be
Caleb is
needed.
cautiously hopeful. All
Okay.
right. Well, what do you? I guess yeah. Can you help me? I guess.
Aye. Well, just let me. Okay. Oh, okay.
Rogar seems as excited for this as Caleb did to cast Fade Death on everyone.
I just okay. I pray to Sharindlar. Oh, help this person. Oh, help this cursed elf. Cursed elf, that she may fly and realize her true joy and the power of her wings. I pray, and I gently place my hands over your wings, and I feel light building in me, and it's much more than I've ever felt before. It's like I feel like my bones are just humming, and just aglow, and then the light builds, and then flows out of me and all over your wings, and they light up, and feathers start filling up, and then start falling in a rain in great chunks.
Wait, DM, is that true? Did they start falling off?
Many of these dead feathers start falling off, but your wings feel stronger and vibrant. As in you're like just shedding old. It's like shedding old skin, and you are left with your wings with like smaller feathers on them.
I don't want to tell her though, but it's a bit patchy.
Yeah, it's not complete. Like it's much better than it was, but it's not fully healed.
Wait, so what just happened? It's gonna.
Well, good news and bad news. I think the spell worked. Well, try moving your wings. Does it feel better? Can you fly a bit?
Yeah, it doesn't
I'll
hurt.
step back and see if she can lift off the ground maybe a little bit.
Does she? Okay, so
There's a whole pile of brittle golden feathers around you.
Rogar,
what
just happened?
Well, I think I healed your. I mean, the spell worked. it seems to have healed your wings. So whatever your wings are supposed to be without the
Bald?
curse, maybe? Well, I don't.
There are feathers on your wings. They're just like, smaller new growth feathers.
Okay, so basically she looks like she has plucked. She's a plucked chicken.
You
Yeah,
molted.
kind of a little bit. Like the spell got rid of all of the dead stuff, and now you just have like the most vibrant feathers and
The very
muscles on your wings.
So I mean, I suppose it depends on how you define heal. Like if beautiful golden feathers is healed, not so much. But if being able to use your wings is healed, I think we did the job. Maybe.
At least for now, you
At
think.
least for now.
I thought you were going to make them better, not
I did too. I'm
pluck
sorry.
me
I'm
like
sorry.
I'm about to be roasted.
I'm sorry. I know. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. It should have worked. Like, it should have worked perfectly. But if it was just a curse, I should have removed the curse. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
I'm
just gonna
sorry.
try and fly a little.
Yep, you're able to lift yourself up. It's a little bit awkward, but yeah, you can fly again.
Okay, wait, out of character, I'm trying to imagine how that works if she's got like no feathers left.
Like I said,
Magic.
you do have some feathers. It just like it's less of them. But it's the good ones, right? That remain. It's like you're molting.
All right. Caliph is very, very confused and conflicted right now. Like, okay, so they don't hurt anymore, but at the same time, where are all my beautiful feathers? And also, Rogar, this is not exactly what was promised.
I promise I'll figure this out. I will go and research and pray to Sharon-Lar, and I'm sure there's an answer for what is that will bring back your wings
Hold on, I
fully
gotta
feathered
close my
and
door, there's a
beautiful.
lock
And
door.
Look how you made Kayla feel. She had to leave.
no, I'm sorry.
I mean, possibly a more powerful healing spell would
Maybe
more completely do it.
maybe I just don't. Maybe I just don't have. Maybe I just didn't have. I mean, I still am. I'm not exactly. I have advanced far in the grace of Sharon-Lar and in her power, but I'm not by far the most powerful cleric of Sharon-Lar. So perhaps it would take someone else or a more powerful ritual. There's the outpost, the new temple of Sharin-Lar over at the outpost that I was summoned to go and face the Holy Mother, but she's not going to be there yet for a while, so you could possibly go there, and I bet they could do it. I bet they have a ritual. I know they have a ritual. They could heal your wings perfectly. I promise. I'm absolutely certain.
Can Kayla do some sort of knowledge check to see if, she believes that this is doable?
Make an Arcana check.
11.
Okay. Based on your understanding of what Aiden told you about your wings absorbing life energy, it should work. Like, you don't really understand clerical magic very well, nor does Aiden for that matter. But the principle seems to be the same. An influx of life energy should revitalize your wings. And even if they look kind of ugly right now, they are revitalized to some extent.
That is true. I mean, it's nice not for them not to be, bloody tatters and actively painful anymore.
Right. There are no bleeding wounds in your wings right now.
Yay, no. actively painful.
Yeah.
Well, let's give it a shot then. You know, you are. I trust you.
Oh, good. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I promise. And inside, Rogar's going, oh shite, what did I just do? I'm going to the Sharondar's temple. Why did I say that? I'm sure, but okay, we're gonna do this. It's more important that I make this right and help Caleb.
And I mean, Caleb isn't the most perceptive, but she can probably tell right now that Rogar's got a ton of anxiety going on. So just, like, put a hand on his shoulder and this means a lot to me that you can face something that's making you so uncomfortable for my sake. I really appreciate that. Rogar.
Caleb, I think this means we're friends.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, tough love.
Well, no. In her mind, she's like, "What were we before then?"
Acquaintances, rivals.
Well, I always felt there was a little bit of a distance there because of the I kept feeling like I put my mouth with the whole like concern about your necromancy and such, and so I always felt maybe you felt I was judging you or something, but I really
I should point out, now that you have been gone for a 10-day, it makes your date with the Reverend Mother sooner. So if you want to get to the Giants Run Mountains and back, or at least get there and get done with your ritual before the Reverend Mother shows up, you need to leave soon.
Oh, great. Okay.
I just want to put that in your head. Okay. Another thing that happens while just about the time that they're finished having their heart to heart, the door slams open and you hear someone say, "They're back. Where are they? I must see them."
Who hears this?
Everyone. It's very loud. It echoes through the hall. And Sarshan, followed by Ruan, comes running through and pushing through the people in the Purple Lady. It's the middle of the day, so there aren't that many patrons. He comes up to the table. He sees you two there, and he immediately bows, like drops to one knee and bows, and he says, "You have returned. I am so glad."
Celia suddenly remembers she's mad at him. She kind of forgot about it and all of the goings on. He's like, "Sarshan?" And
Ruin is kind of standing there behind him like, "I told you they'd be back, obviously. No problem. It's fine. Whatever."
If Artemisia puts out her hands to for Sarshan to clasp, will he?
Sarshan clasps her hands immediately. Yeah. And he presses his face to your hands like, "Oh, I'm just so glad to see you. It's been so long. I had feared the worst." And he looks over to Cecilia and he says, "I was confident in your abilities the entire time, but I'm very relieved to see you." And Ruin's like, "This is embarrassing, really."
Nobody just look past him and be like, "You don't have to be here if you don't want to be here."
"Oh no, it's fine. I have to check in on my little sisters after all."
Okay.
Sarshan looks at him and he's like, "Okay."
We're fine.
"Do you need anything? Can I get you something?" Sarshan asks.
Does Sturge know that who this guy is?
You have seen him before. You saw him when he appeared in the graveyard.
And do I know that claims to be their brother?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you were there during that whole scene.
Okay.
He sort of led with that.
Sturge kind of has memory problems sometimes. It has to do with the curse that he has.
So many dreams. I get them confused.
So Rowan is a elf or half elf?
He's an elf.
Elf druid who was
druid.
Trapped in
He
the
has
form of a
long
wolf.
silvery hair and bright green eyes.
Started blowing me off.
Beautiful eyes.
Shows up
He used
like,
to be
"Oh,
a
you can't
wolf."
take care of yourself." How many planes you been to, buddy? I'm counting 4 right now.
He says, "Well, there was the great plain to the east, and there's the plains up north, and there's the plain to the south of Westgate. I've been to all of those
I
plains.
meant planes of existence.
Oh, you meant plains of existence.
You don't need to check on us.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't. You seem to have handled yourselves. Anyway, welcome back. He just smiles at Cecilia. And Sarshan is looking back and forth between the two of them, and he's like, "Are you all right, Lady Artemisia? Did something bad happen? Why were you gone for so long?"
Short answer, yes, a lot of things happened, but before we left, I know that Cecilia was kind of frustrated. We kind of thought about it while we were gone.
Yes. I do recall this. Yes.
I don't.
Cecilia. He turns to Cecilia.
Sturgis feeling uncomfortable. I just
Too bad you're on the
remembered
far side of the booth, man.
I need to
I picture Artemisia
Misty
sitting
step
here,
out of there.
Cecilia sitting here, Sturge on the other side of the booth, being like,
poof.
Sarshan turns to Cecilia and he says, "I apologize to you." And he bows his head.
Do you even know what I'm mad about?
I don't know all of it, but I know some of it.
It's like
And I
the
am very
apology
sorry.
that's just stop being mad at me. That doesn't really help me stop being mad at you.
I want you to be as mad at me as you want to.
You knew all this time that we had a brother. And you didn't say anything.
I confess that is the case.
And you didn't think that was important with all this pack talk.
I made a mistake of judgment. I am sorry.
And you're still in trouble too.
Ruin's like, me? What did I
You.
do?
Wolgar wanders out of the room with Kale at this point and just kind of like hangs back.
Ruin says, I was cursed to be a wolf who couldn't speak with you by our mother. It's not my fault that I couldn't communicate with you.
Let me think Sarshan was after you in bad news. It sounds like you left notes for Stong and Elvish and dog food.
It's hardly my responsibility that you misinterpreted my actions to be that I... And Sarshan looks over at him and he's like, what are you talking about?
Well, looks
Everyone's
like you got
"Really,
everything
sister?
you want, man.
Is this really important, sister?
Guess you know everything, big brother.
Well, sometimes I do.
Hmm.
Ruin, no, don't.
I came from the endless winter to protect you, and you are...
Cecilia's just gonna cut him off right there.
Nice.
Like, protect me. You've done absolutely nothing of the sort. The closest you got was getting in the way in that alley. And I will grant you, maybe that was a little bit helpful, but you've been avoiding me forever. And besides which, I take pretty good care of myself. Because you weren't even here when I got sucked into another friggin' plane.
I was temporarily indisposed, I'll grant you that, but it wasn't my prerogative
What
for
is
you
your
to go
prerogative?
run off and be sent into another plane. I didn't tell you to go to that tower. Like, Ruin is seeming like usually he's carefree and relaxed and like emotionally mature. And right now he's, having a tantrum right back at Cecilia. He's like, I didn't tell you to go to that tower. That's not fair.
Oh, is
That
that
was
the kind
your
of
choice, not
relationship?
mine.
That's the kind of relationship you've shown up to have. Tell me what to do, boss me around all the time, and if I don't do it, then shame on me. Is that what
How
you're
can I
aiming for
tell
here?
you what to do? I couldn't even talk to you. And you went and fought with the Night Masks of all people. And here I am trying to be like...
Catch
As
up,
a
buddy. That's
stupid
what we
wolf.
do.
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
Oh no!
We're all going to get yourselves
There's something wrong
killed.
with us, not something wrong with everyone else.
And Sarshan says, I don't think this is the right... And Ruin says, Back off, Sergeant. And he goes, like, he's looking at Cecilia like,
Cecilia is
Ruin is a little flushed.
Cecilia's definitely two inner feelings about this because she does recognize that Ruin's curse kind of did put some limits on it, but she's still pretty mad about it. And actually, just thought of a thing. Actually, if you knew enough to worry about protecting me, then you could have shown up a long time ago.
No, I couldn't because our mother still needed me a long time ago.
Oh, well, you know what?
Oh, our
She
mother
gets
needs
sworn right
you,
off.
not us.
Ruin seems to be like,
What is happening in your face?
Finish him.
I'm just worried about you, okay? That's all. I came from the endless winter to protect you, to look over you, to watch over you, and here you go. You do these crazy things in the city. You go and fight vampires, and you fight other, and you get pulled into other planes. And you didn't bring me with you, and
You can come next time. That's what this is about.
He turns and he sees Rogar standing there, and he's like, I'm glad you're back. And then he runs off.
Oh, I feel like I should go after him. Or maybe I don't want to get in Rogar's way. That's awkward.
No.
We're-
If you feel you should go after him, you're the one who should go after him.
Or I can. Roger, do you think I should?
No, I'm the one that yelled at him.
Okay.
Soshin says, I can go after him.
Well, I think it has to.
Are we having a nice off here? Is that what's happening?
Oh, no, I plan to beat the crap out of him.
Why are you going to beat
Sergeant,
the crap out of
don't
him?
do that.
I thought you guys were like buddies.
You know, we had a thing a while ago, but it was a long time ago. I barely remembered him.
Oh, I don't think you should tell him that. I don't think you should
I'll-
tell
I'll
anybody.
tell
No,
you
I
what.
don't think I should tell him that.
I'll tell you what.
Although, if I really wanted to hurt him, I probably would tell him that.
Put it in your back pocket.
I will.
You're so straightforward. I love it.
I'll tell you what.
Are you all right? Just said Celia.
I don't like any of this. I don't like you keeping secrets. I don't like finding out big important things about who I am because somebody just went, oh, by the way, and there's a lot of that going on. So less of that.
Yes.
Thank you for apologizing.
He holds out his hands. I will make
Alright.
you a promise.
I think I'm shaking hands.
Yep. He grasps
It's
your
not like a-
hand in
it's
his
not like a
hand. And he
wolf
says,
hand or
I
something.
shall keep no more secrets from you.
Cool. Okay.
If I tell you too much information, though, you will have to stop me
I will definitely stop you.
because my vow will not stop me.
And this vow doesn't supersede the gauge, right?
I can't do anything about the
Damn it.
gauge,
That would be really handy. I'm just saying.
but I will try to get around it
Okay.
with my own limited faculties.
You have very good faculty, Sergeant.
Oh, thank you. I know that's not true. I'm not nearly as intelligent as Kayla there, for instance.
I don't think you've seen my deception score, so all right.
All right. Well, are you sure you don't want me to go and keep
Don't
crap
go
out of
beat him up.
each other? All right, fine. Artemisia, you don't want me to go and
No, it's
You can't go over my head by asking her the same question.
you said you were co-leaders.
Nobody's a leader in this group. It's
Oh.
an autonomous
so
collective.
true.
Very well, very well.
But Soshin, sit down. Like,
Okay. He looks at Artemisia, like your side of the table. He looks at Cecilia, your side of the table.
I'm gonna go talk to Roanne, so you can have my seat.
All right. Very well.
And I'll just tell you, since you're gonna go talk to him, I'll just tell you what I was thinking while I was watching that fight. I was
Yeah.
like, I had known him as a wolf who was just silent and listened to all of my problems. And then he was all of a sudden this druid who seemed very quiet and zen-like and wise and comfortably listening. And then I walk out and he's like being this loud, argumentative brat. And what actually went through my brain was not like, oh no, it was like, oh yes, you know, Ruin is not perfect. And there's something that I can offer to him now, like not just like, you know, take his wisdom or whatever or complain to him, but now I'm excited that maybe there's something that I can offer him in the way of, you know, so, Rogaris, that's what's going through kind of Rogaris' mind, even though maybe he's not fully processing it or admitting that.
May, on the way out the door, make eye contact with you like, this gets heavy. You're my backup. Like if it turns out I accidentally punched a deep psychic wound. Happened before.
Well, if you need counseling, I mean, I counsel in relationships of all kinds, so I'm very happy to help. If
I need someone to tell him he's being a dummy, I gotcha.
That's
Out
one
the
way
door.
of putting it. Okay.
Actually, I have no idea where he ran off to. I assumed he went outside because he's a druid.
He did.
So.
Yep, he ran outside. You want to go follow him out there?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, he is kind of wandering aimlessly for a bit. He snarls at some passersby, and they're like, "Ah."
Can I catch him when he does that?
Yeah.
I said, "Look, you can't." I had to have this conversation with Sarshan already. You can't snarl and bark at people.
Yeah, apparently not.
They get very up about it. I'm glad at least you figured out that clothes are necessary. That took a while with Sarshan.
Yes, well, Sarshan is not the sharpest sword in the scabbard.
That is
He's also the sort to put multiple swords in one scabbard.
That genuinely makes Cecilia laugh. Come back to the purple lady.
You're still angry at me, though.
I mean, I'm a little angry at everybody all the time.
No, that's fair.
But I get it. There's only so much you can help. This whole situation sucks.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be angry at me. You're like, if you need to yell at me, you should yell at me. Like, that helps,
you.
right?
That does help. Oh my god, I can't yell at anybody. They get really freaked out when I yell at them.
Okay. Well, I won't get freaked out when you yell at me. I was freaked out that you were gone, and I didn't know what had happened to you, and I'm glad you're okay.
That's a fair point. I mean, I'm not going to promise that I'm never going to get sucked into another plane because you don't have a lot of choice in that. But I guess for the moment, Mirren's missing, so it's not likely to happen soon.
Yes. What happened to your hair?
It's a really long story. It involves a ghost and song and yeah, it chopped off part of my hair. Plus, it drives Artemis crazy. Kind of funny. It's nice though, because if you drive her a little bit crazy, she stops worrying about herself so much, and then she'll talk to you. You have to be the right level of annoying, because otherwise, she's really mad. That's
That's like something our mother would have said.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. Listen, you have a different relationship with her. That's okay.
You know, I think you'd really like her, honestly.
Yeah, she kind of dumped me in diapers with someone I don't like very much. So she's got a lot to make up for on that score.
I'm trying to figure out why she would have done that. You seem perfectly
Unhinged? No.
On the streets, it says, like, hold up a second.
Hey, we should go back in the purple list.
Oh. Walking on eggshells there, buddy.
Yeah, walk her back. He's still thinking of a word.
No, I've given up. I am a lot older than you, you know.
You could, seem more like it, probably. How old are you?
I am 80 years old.
That is a lot older than me.
How old are you?
What's on Aaron's character sheet? She says a number that's somewhere in her early 20s. Let's say she's.
Well, I think we'd figured out that she was like 23 and Artemisia was like 21 or something.
Okay, I buy it. Part of me is like, I'm so much older than 23 now that I'm like, oh my god, she's a baby. But
Well,
that
yeah.
would explain
Okay.
why she's got a lot of bad habits and hasn't figured a lot of stuff out. So.
Hmm. Well, I was around when you were a baby, you know.
What?
When
I
our
changed your
mother
diapers.
raised you for the first couple of years.
Oh. Okay. I mean, okay.
I swaddled you several times.
Well, this must be weird because I'm way too big for that.
Uh,
I vaguely
You
remember. I don't know. I have memories that are like almost like a weird dream. They're like, I don't know. There's always these weird shadows that feel like they couldn't possibly have been there. But I remember like woods and a lot of winter. But
Well,
and a
you did
lady
live in the winter
that I
and
assume
was-
is mom. I don't feel very, you know.
you did run
she doesn't
around
make
a
me feel
lot.
safe.
I had to swaddle you often because you would tear out of your swaddling clothes.
I can see that. The idea of being tangled up in blankets still does not appeal to me.
Well, they don't really work with the construction.
What does that stuff mean? What do you mean the construction?
With the when you have a tail, it doesn't really work very well with the swaddling clothes.
What?
When you were a wolf, obviously.
What? I can turn into a wolf as a
Well, you did many times.
Ah,
Yeah, you just tear out of your clothes. You just go running off, and mom would say, "Hey, go get your sister."
baby?
And I'd say, "Again?" And she's like, "Yeah, she'll get eaten by the hounds."
Thank you for making sure I didn't get eaten by hounds. Some of your
That is
freak
the
out
word,
makes a little
right?
more
Hounds, or is it mastiffs? I can never figure it out.
sense. Big dogs.
Hunting hounds among the Fae. Mhm.
Oh.
We were on the run a lot.
Oh. Weird. How many?
Hey, do you have a lot of enemies?
I don't know. What's a lot?
Yeah, good point.
I mean, I feel like I have more than average. I think probably among my friends, definitely I'm near the top, but they're all very good at keeping secrets. So It's a wonderful
Okay, good. Yeah.
I say more than Artemisia and more than Stong for sure. Probably more
Right.
than Rogar because it's harder to not
Probably a
like
few
Rogar.
that you don't know about.
She's gonna throw out that probably more than Rogar because it's hard not to like Rogar and see what his face does.
He blushes a little bit.
I see.
It's just, I think Rogar's biggest enemy is himself.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That's not a problem with you, is it?
What, having enemies?
No, me and Rogar.
I mean, no. I didn't love it when you were my wolf and you left me alone and you always liked Rogar better.
He's
but
just
now
so
I get there's
cuddly, and you.
Okay,
you-
now
you're
I
just
get
all
it.
knobby and
Okay,
like your
okay, I
elbows.
get it. This is now I get there's this other dimension to it.
Okay.
You're not my dog picking someone else. You're, my brother who I guess has a crush on my friend.
Yeah.
Be nice to him, my God, or I will wreck you, Rowan.
Okay.
Oh,
That seems fair. That seems reasonable.
that genuinely brought tears to my eyes.
Aw.
Good.
I will do my best. Oh, I think I'm frozen again.
We can hear you.
Hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I will do my best not to hurt him like I hurt you.
Thank you. Let's go back. Because they're all going to assume that I'm beating the crap out of you right now. And
Oh, do you want me to shapeshift into something that looks like you beat the crap out of me?
That would be kind of funny.
It would be kind of funny, right?
Artemisia would worry though.
Yeah, I think Artemisia would probably flip her lid if we did that. How
She's
much
the
shape shifting
youngest
can
of
you
us.
do? I know, but she's got the most sort of sorted out, and that's important for her. Wait a minute, question.
Yeah.
How many of us are there?
Only
I don't
the
want more
three of us
surprises.
that I know of.
Okay.
Well, and Caliph, who may or may not be
What?
to me.
Cecilia was not in the room when this happened, so she's just like,
I don't know who my father is, and he might be Kayla's father for all
what? That guy?
that guy,
Oh my god.
Aravan.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah, he gets around.
He's a lot.
He and our mother used to be very good friends.
Oh, yeah. He said something like that, Artemisia. Oh,
Well,
that's why he kept going. I feel like I know you. Ew.
Yeah, she used to tell stories about him and this other elf woman. Anyway, they were a thing.
Elle's got a lot of talking about their bedroom habits that I'm never going to get used to.
Well, yeah, what else do you do with your bedroom habits? You have them and then you talk about them.
I'm sort of understanding what strong means by cultural.
Anyway, yeah, let's go back inside.
Right,
You left
walk
in
him
the
back
middle
in.
of your meal and you need to eat something. You are all skin and bones, and he pokes you.
I am definitely the curviest girl in this group. So, but I'm also hungry.
Okay. All right. So they come back in. The group has reconvened. Anything else before we wrap up for the evening? Do you have
Sturge?
questions?
Is Illyra present? I ask.
That's right. She didn't show up.
Yeah, Shay has returned and she says, Illyra has disappeared as well. She left me a note saying that she was going to look for Mirren. So
Do you know
I have been running the Purple Lady in her absence.
Whoa.
When we were at Mirren's and we saw the conflict unfolding between her and the Night King and several of his wizards, we had heard she was going to go there. We didn't see her before Mirren sent us off plane hopping. Did she come back? Did she go to help Mirren and then come back and say and leave a message, or did she leave the message before?
All right. Make insight checks. Whoever wants to try try that.
An 11. I'm very in my own business right now.
14.
17.
On screen.
Is it what? Sorry, wisdom?
Insight.
That's wisdom
So-
based. Yeah.
Insight.
Insight, something.
Have 21.
Nice.
Okay. Shay is a very accomplished
Higher?
controller of her features and her tells, but you can see that she is somewhat evasive and anxious here if you got a 17 or higher. So Kalith and Rogar, you notice that Shay says, no, she just sent me a message and then disappeared. But you can tell that there's something she's not telling you.
What was in this message? You seem a little bit anxious about it.
Only that she had an idea where Mirren might have gone, and so she went off to look for her.
Did she hint at where
Apparently,
this might
she was wounded in the battle.
Who?
happen?
Mirren
Yeah.
was,
Yes.
Aye.
and it needed to recuperate.
Shay,
Yeah.
do you trust us?
Yes, I think so.
I wonder if you can tell us more so that we might help.
Gotta be real
Make
exhausting running this place
persuasion
by yourself.
Sturge has a way with people, so let's see it.
Yeah, okay. For God's sake, hold on a second. This so many screens here. And it is a it's a 22.
Okay. So Shay stands there. And then she sits down at the table with you. Okay. So and she leans in closer and she says, Illyra saw something that frightened her, and things that frightened Illyra frightened me as well. And then she left without telling me about what it was, and I'm worried about her. And what I'd really like you to do, if you will help me, is to listen for word of her.
She didn't tell you what she saw.
No, but she seemed very shaken by it. Like she'd seen something or someone she didn't expect.
The Night King? Is that a surprise?
I don't know anything about the Night King.
Well, we saw him there.
You did?
Yes. Would that be enough to surprise her and startle her and scare her?
Perhaps. What did he look like? She leans in again. Who is the Night King?
Oh, okay. This is where we pretend that Stephen remembers the thing.
He's the leader of the Night Masks. He's a vampire.
His
Also,
name
he does
is,
not like Mirren.
his name is fill in the blank from Sturgis' memory. And he looked like every other unbelievably handsome sack of rot that you've ever seen.
That's not even accurate, but okay.
I like the idea that Sturgis like face blindness. He's like all these beautiful people with their blurred out faces.
Okay.
I just know they're better looking than me.
You describe the Night King to Shay. Shay kind of like, that sounds like a half drow elf.
That sounds reasonable. She's half drow, isn't she?
Yes, although she's a full elf. Just half of her elven heritage is drow and half of it is surface elf. She's like, I mean, I don't know any half drow that Illyra knows.
Oh, just the fact that he was the Night King would be startling enough, wouldn't it?
Well, yes. Was he terrifying?
Oh, hell yeah. He barely escaped. Aaron had to shuffle us off to the plains to save us. We pulled out everything we had and he dodged it.
All right. Well, I'll see what I can figure out. You keep your ears open for word of my lady, and hopefully we can find her. And that might help find Mirren. Mirren is missing, of course. You might find Kalen too, if he's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
That man is so unreliable, but he might be a good resource in this case. Shay doesn't really like Kalen that much.
We will do our best.
Okay, I trust you.
And I feel at some point I should raise to the party the fact that it seems that Caleth and I at least must travel to the Dwarven outpost in the Giant Run Mountains to visit the Temple of Sharinlar there for reasons. I
The
don't
Giant
know.
Run Mountains.
Wow.
Shay says, "Oh yes,
I see these.
I remember there was there's a dwarven outpost that was overrun with drow, and then they defeated the drow and seized the outpost again."
Aye. They've reestablished. They've built and constructed a new temple to Sharinlar there, and I'm hoping to find some help there.
This is about what's going on with this. So you kind of that Kayla swings like maybe Kayla.
Yeah, you see the Buffalo Wild Wings specials going on over there.
Okay.
Rogar's like,
What? How much of what I said did you hear?
About Giant
about the-
Run?
yeah, we heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seemed like everything.
Shay says that might be a source of this half drow
Oh.
Night King, perhaps. You might find
Maybe
some
he
information.
came
That's the
from there?
nearest drow outpost that I know of.
Slide. Well,
Anyway, yeah, this sounds important. You should go do that.
All right.
And it might be helpful. Also, Cecilia cares way more about Caliph. She's not going to say that out loud. Not usually favorable when she ranks people she knows like that.
And if we can get there and out before the Holy Mother arrives, that would be perfect. So,
Yeah,
we
that'd
can-
probably be
Oh,
good.
well,
we could
you
meet her
probably
and
need to
tell her what
hurry.
for.
Ruin says. It's like, you're supposed to be there 13 days from now.
is it that soon?
It is.
Aye.
I've been keeping track.
Oh, well, thank you.
It seemed important. Anyway, the Giants Run Mountains, right? You can get there fairly quickly if you can. Oh, wait, you're not wolves. If you have horses, you can probably get there and back within a 10-day or so.
We have a horse.
Whoa.
Dumpling!
You can feign death, everybody. Put them in the bag. I can turn into an eagle and
No.
flies there.
Oh my god. Oh.
That sounds like a problem for like after a day of sleep. Purple lady.
Yeah, sounds like everyone's just a little loopy
a
right
little
now.
punchy.
All
right,
we'll go to a travel agency and arrange the best.
All right. You can tell that Ruin is trying to be helpful. And when Rogar acknowledges him, he's like, oh, yeah.
Rogar's having a hard time like meeting his eyes, his beautiful green eyes.
Yeah.
It's going to be so awkward being in the middle of this for 2 weeks. I mean, for a 10-day and a half.
Yeah, I think Stong leans down to Cecilia and he's like, I feel like I missed a lot. I heard a lot of yelling, but this seems to be positive.
It's positive. I mean, we're probably going to hear things we don't want to hear, but at least I'm going to hear things I don't want to hear.
That's why I have silence.
Hey, so are we good?
I think we're good.
Okay. That's all the
All
time
right.
we have for tonight. Check back next week for the beginning of the trek to the Giants Run Mountains. The continuing mystery of the missing patron. And more awkward cuteness between Ruin and Rogar. And more relationship evolution among all of the characters. I've been Eric Scott to be your DM for this campaign. Thank you for tuning in. Take it away, Aaron.
I'm Aaron M. Evans. Check out our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com.
I'm Rhiannon Held. Thanks to Yang Yang for running our tech and also to our moderators. Tonight, I believe it is Seldery.
Hey, I'm Yang Yang Wang, and check out the charities that we're supporting right below the Twitch stream if you're watching it on Twitch, or I think there's links somewhere over in YouTube in the About section or the description. This week, we are still supporting the NAACP, the ACLU, and 2 national bail funds. So check them out.
I'm Emily Tang. Thanks to everyone who subscribed to our channel or gave bits. We do this for the love, but the money definitely helps keep it going.
I'm Stephen Merlino, and thanks again for watching. Please check out our YouTube channel and do give us a follow. Also, there's a little link down below that I know Randy can tell you about.
It says YouTube.
Have you heard of this?
You.
And the adventure continues over on our website, dungeonscrawlers.com, where you can find info on the players, the characters, NPCs. We'll be putting up some new NPC profiles over the next couple of weeks, and cool bonus content. Shay writes awesome recaps, so you can refresh your memory of all that has led up to this amazing point. And of course, thank you most of all to you, our viewers, for which we would not have a show without you. So, and congratulations to the winners of the contest, and be sure to check out the links on that for sure. All right, so hey, thank you everybody, and stay scrolly.